ਸਲੋਕ ਸਾਥ ਨ ਚਾਲੈ ਬਿਨ ਭਜਨ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਸਗਲੀ ਛਾਰੋ ਹਰਿ ਹਰਿ ਨਾਮੁ ਕਮਾਵਨਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਇਹੋ ਧਨ ਸਾਰੋ ਅਸਟ ਪਦੀ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਮਿਲੇ ਕਰਹੁ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ ਏਕੋ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰੋ ਅਵਰਿ ਪਾਵ ਸਾਬੇ मीत बेसारो चरण कमल रिद मह ओरे हनुसरी हे मह ओरे तारो करन कारण सो प्रभु समराथो दृढ़ो कारे गहो नाम हारे वाथो एहो तानो संचो होवहो भगवंत संत जना का निर्मल मंत एक आस राखो मन माहे सर्ब रोग नानक मिटे जाहे एक आस राखो मन माहे सर्ब रोग नानक मिट जाहे. So last week, Mara Satta Mara Karpa, we went through the 18th Astpadi, finished off the arts for the 18th Astpadi. That last body, that stayed with me throughout. Well, I mean, it has this residual effect, but that stayed with me like hard for like a few days after that, a couple of days after that for sure. Just the mindset of um everything is Simran, just diving into Simran, just like sleeping with Simran, waking up with Simran, just walking around and trying to look at the world from the perspective of, this body doesn't even matter. Everything is one. Everything is one. Just diving into abhyasa. So it really transformed hardcore for a couple of days for sure. And now as the week went on, like got away from that a little bit. But it's very interesting for those couple of days to have my perspective in this mind look from a different lens from that perspective. That was really it was a really nice experience. So this now, starting the 19th Astapadi, Mara talks about Nam here, starting off in this first body pretty much. And so we'll go through the Sloka and then we'll go through the first body of the Astapadi. So Sloka ਦੋਰੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਕਵਿਤਾ ਪਾਦਾ ਛਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ੰਸਾ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ੰਸਾ ਆ, meaning is similar to a dora. Sloka is a style of poetry similar to a dora, and this slok is filled with praise upon praise of Vaheguru Ji. ਸਾਥ ਨਾ ਚੱਲੈ ਬਿਨ ਭਜਨ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਸਗਲੀ ਛਾਰੋ. ਸੋ ਸਾਥ ਨਾ ਚੱਲੈ ਬਿਨ ਭਜਨ, ਸਾਥ ਨਾਲ, with, ਸਾਥ, no ਨਹੀਂ, ਚੱਲੈ to go with, to accompany, ਚੱਲੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਬਿਨੋ ਬਿਨਾ, without, ਭਜਨ ਬੰਦਗੀ, ਭਗਤੀ, ਭਜਨ is devotional worship, ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ. ਵਿਖਿਆ, ਵਿਖਿਆ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਜ਼ਹਿਰ, poison, but here we're talking about Maya and we're talking about ਵਿਖਿਆ. ਸਗਲੀ ਸਾਰੀ, Charo means ashes, swa. So saath na chale bino bhajan. Pretty much like, if we go back to the second Astapadi, and Maharaj talked about ਮਾਤ ਪਿਤਾ ਸੁਤ ਮੀਤ ਨਾ ਭਾਈ ਮਨ ਊਹਾ ਨਾਮ ਤੇਰਾ ਸੰਗ ਸਹਾਈ. The path of going towards Jambudut, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਬਈ ਨਾਮ ਹੀ ਆ ਬਈ. ਨਾਮ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੋਸਾ. Remember we talked about tosa. The tosa is like, made out of atta and kyo and maybe, I don't know, was it sugar? I forgot now. But tosa is like it's like a thick roti kind of thing, and that'll be your food. So naam is your tosa there. So all that second Astapadi, so this is kind of reminding me of that right now. So saath hai na chale bino bhajan, ਬਿਖਿਆ ਸਗਲੀ ਛਾਰੋ. So all this ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਖੇ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਆ ਇਹ ਸਵਾਰੂਪ ਹੀ ਆ. So we'll do this in, I guess, two sections, है ना? So the first part, साथ है ना चाला बिनो भजन, we'll do, and then बिखिया सगली छार we'll do separate. Like kind of write that arth separate, all in the same sort of section. But there are two arths here for साथ है ना चाला बिनो भजन. So पंजवें पातशाह जी, let me make this bigger maybe here. So ਪੰਜਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਅਨੇਕਾਂ ਉੱਤਮ ਬਖਤਿਆਂ so Guru Sahib ji Vairagmay ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ. So in a very ਵੈਰਾਗਮਈ state ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਬਖਸ਼ਦੇ ਨੇ. ਇਹ ਮਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਬੋਧਦੇ ਨੇ, ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਬਖਸ਼ਦੇ ਨੇ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਇਸ ਲੋਕ 'ਚ ਮਨ ਇੰਦਰੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਕਣ, ਸਮਝਾਉਣ, ਤ੍ਰਿਪਤ ਕਰਨ, ਦੇਹ ਰੋਗਤਾ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਜੀਵਨ ਯਾਤਰਾ ਦੇ ਅਨੇਕ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਕਸ਼ਟਾਂ, ਵਿਘਨਾਂ, ਬੰਧਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਸਾਥ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਭਜਨ ਰੋਮ ਰੋਮ 'ਚ ਵਸ ਕੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਵਿਸਮਾਦ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ 'ਚ ਵਿਸਮਾਦ ਲੀਨ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ. ਗੁਰ ਕਾ ਬਚਨ ਵਸੈ ਜੀ ਨਾਲੇ, ਜਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਡੂਬੈ ਤਸਕਰੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੇਵੈ ਭਾਹੇ ਨ ਸਕੈ ਜਾਲੇ. So ਪੰਜਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ is stating, oh my mind, hey mana, in this world, besides prema bhakti of Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji, besides prema bhakti of Gurbani, Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji, ਪਹਿਲੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ, the Prakash Roop, Vaheguru Ji, besides doing prema bhakti of Guru Sahib Ji, nothing will go with you on the journey to, and the journey is the journey of controlling the senses, man indriyan nu rokna, bringing wisdom and satisfaction to the mind, man nu tript karna, gyan liauna man de vich, protection from ailments, pains, obstacles, vices, de rogta, tandarusti, and then kaam karo lobh moh ahankar to bachana lai. Loving devotion saturates each pore, encapsulating the mind within Vaheguru Ji, within the wondrous Vaheguru Ji. And what you see in bold is Gurbani Ji, translated into English. Maybe none of these English translations are, they are what they are. I mean, they probably do definitely need work. But this is what we have right now. So the word of the Guru resides within the soul. It cannot be drowned in water, stolen by thieves, or burned by fire. So this is the first artha, as in towards Pehle Pasha Ji, towards Guru Sahib Ji. So thinking of Guru Sahib Ji, going towards a history from that perspective. The second artha Bhag Ji does is that of Naam. So, straight besides the loving devotion of Naam, nothing else will assist the soul on the path to the afterlife and the hardships that get inflicted by Tamaraj. So this second artha goes towards Naam. So ਜੀਵ ਦੇ ਪਰਲੋਕ ਜਾਣ ਸਮੇਂ ਪਰਲੋਕ ਦੇ ਰਾਸਤੇ 'ਚ ਸਹਾਇਤਾ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ, ਧਰਮ ਰਾਜੇ ਦੇ ਕਸ਼ਟਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਪੂਰਨ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਸਾਥ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਕੇਵਲ ਨਾਮ ਭਜਨ ਹੀ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਜਹ ਮਹਾ ਭਿਆਨ ਦੂਤ ਜਮਦਾ ਲੈ ਤਾਹ ਕੇਵਲ ਨਾਮ ਉਸ ਸੰਗ ਤੇਰੇ ਚੱਲੈ. So from that perspective, Bhag Ji did do a third arth here. We didn't write it here. The third arth he did was from the perspective of Brahm Swarup, from Nirguna Prakash. So one from the Sarguna Swarup Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, one from Naam, and one from the perspective that nothing else will go with you on the path towards Prakash, and that Naam will assist you towards the path of Prakash. But it was based on Prakash, but we didn't write that here. The second part of this artha, Bekhya Sagali Charo. ਮਾਇਆ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ ਲਈ ਜੀਵ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਕਤਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇੱਕ ਮੁਲਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਮੁਲਕ ਨੂੰ ਸਾੜਦਾ ਹੈ। ਜ਼ਾਲਮ ਜੀਵ ਦੇ ਨੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਲਈ ਨਿਰਦੋਸ਼ ਜੀਵ ਪੂਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੂਰ ਮਾਰੇ ਹਨ। ਮਾਣ ਮੋਹ ਧਨ ਲੋਭ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਇੰਦਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਵਾਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਸ਼ੀਕਾਰ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਪਦਾਰਥਾਂ ਸਵਾਦ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਅਨੇਕ ਹੋਰ ਮੰਗਣਾ, ਕੰਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਕਾਰੀ ਗਾਣੇ ਸੁਣਨੇ, ਵਿਕਾਰੀ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਪਰਾਇਆ ਰੂਪ ਦੇਖਣਾ, ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ, ਕੌੜਾ ਬੋਲਣਾ, ਆਪਣੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਆਪ ਕਰਨੀ, ਲਾਲਚ ਅਹੰਗਤਾ ਨਾਲ ਕੁਕਰਮ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਆਦਿ ਮੰਦ ਕਰਨੀ, ਸਾਰੀ ਕੌੜੀ ਮਾਇਆ ਜ਼ਹਿਰ ਸਵਾਹ ਰੂਪ ਹੈ। So, for the acquisition of wealth, a human murders many others, kills innocent people, one country burns another. We're seeing a lot of that right now. Being possessed by the desires to fulfill the pleasures of the senses, the pleasures of the ego, attachment, greed, listening to immoral songs, looking with a lustful gaze, excessive sleeping, rudely speaking, slander, bad deeds, etc., are all poisonous, bitter, ash like Maya. The bitter Maya is in all that clings to the world. So those are the two parts broken up. So Bekia Sagali Charo. So all this is ash like Maya. The Kam Kro, Lo Mohankar, Ina de Vasikar Hoke. All this is Maya. And Sathena Chala Beno Bhajan, besides Prema Bhakti, nothing else will go with us to the journey of controlling the senses. So on that journey and on the journey of the afterlife. Only Prema Bhakti. ਸਾਥ ਨ ਚਾਲੇ ਬਿਨੁ ਭਜਨ ਬਿਖਿਆ ਸਗਲੀ ਛਾਰੋ. And then Mara talks about Nam Tan. So I guess some of this is worth mentioning. Like when Abhyasi Purushas pass away, it's not like Jamadud come and take them. And there are many examples if we read our Itihas. And even Pagaji and Jawar Singh having this conversation, and Jawar Singh had mentioned, but Jawar Singh's father was a premi of Pai Rantir Singh. He hung out with Pai Rantir Singh Akhand Kirtan Jatha quite a bit. And when he passed away, Pagaji told Jawar Singh, I believe Jawar Singh mentioned this to me. He said that Pai Sahib came and he took your dad. So there's that. And there's the Sakhi of Pai Gurmukh Singh Odisha, who was a really good friend of Pagaji's classmates. And but the Mahapurush, he would always say, like, so he did a lot of seva. He's like, I never saw this guy like sleep or anything like that. He would, even when he eats, he used to put sabji and two prasad in his hand. He would eat and then walk away. That's it. Like, always lost in seva, always in bandagi. He would do like Mahapurushas, like Una de Pair Vi Kuttane and all that kind of stuff. Sant Babu Garbajit Singh Ji's. And he asked him once, he's like, yeah, what do you want? Like, you like, what should we give you? What do you want? And he heard this katha, and I'm totally butchering the story. I'm sure many people have talked about this story. But just trying to recall what Bhagaji said mentioned to me. And he's like, he heard the katha, I believe it was a Sheme Pashaji or something like that. One of the six passing away, they left with Maharaj. And he's like, he had recently heard that katha, but Mahapurush asked him, what do you want? And he said, well, whenever you go, take me with you. And Mahapurush got gambhir, and then Tika, when Mahapurush's body, it was saskar kar rahe si, Pauji's like, I don't know how he made that such a high jump, but this man ran and he jumped in that fire. And he's like, we try to grab him, like some of the sayings, and then it was just too much. The flames were too much, and then apne Sant Kartar Singh said to him, he's like to the Singhs, just leave him now, Tika, like leave him alone. And he's like he matha take three times towards the Gurdwara, I believe it was. Once again, I'm totally butchering the story. Please ask someone, some of the things or some of the baby, I'm sure they know better. Um, but Bhagji's like he matha take three times towards the Guru Ghar, and then he just lied down, he kind of just hugged Mahapurush. And there's a picture of him as well. Like when that sanskar is going on, you see him there. His body's kind of burnt while he's lying on top of Mahapurush. So um, Gur ka sabd kata quote karm as well. So Dharmaraj, yes, does call accounts, but Maharaj is still Akal Purkh Ji is still the main authority. Um, and then this is just something that I was contemplating and chalo ro vichar. Hare Hare Naam Kamavna Nanak Eho Tano Saharo. Hare Vaheguru Ji, Hara Para Karan Wale. So Hare means Hara Para Karan Wale, as in if something is like kind of like you walk into a place where it's kind of dead, like a jungle is kind of dead, and someone Mahapurush walks into there, it becomes green again, it becomes, lush again. So hara para karne wale. So from even that perspective, um, hare, hare naam, or naam is naam, kamavana, to earn. Nanak Panjve Pasha Ji, eho des tano, wealth, saro. Sar means sreshth, the greatest, the most important. So this is the most important. Hare Hare Namo Kamavana. Nanak Ehotano Saro. As we did the Sarvatanam Sareshtatanam Harako Namo Japin Nirmala Karma. So the biggest religion of all religions is Japing Nam, and that is the Nirmal Karma, or to do Nirmal Karma and Japanam. Like from those perspectives. Hare Hare Namo Kamavana Nanak Ehotano Saro. Sreshtata Nehiya. So Panjapashi stating, O my mind, Vaheguru Nam is a great illuminator of love and wisdom, Gyan and Prem. So earning it, obeying it, repeating it, sharing it, encouraging it in others is the greatest and truest treasure. So Panjapasha ji फरमा रहे ने, हे मन, O my mind, ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਹਰਾ ਭਰਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਚਾਨਣਾ ਦੇ ਮਹਾਂ ਚਾਨਣ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਕਮਾਉਣਾ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਮਨਾਉਣਾ ਖੱਟਣਾ ਜਪਣਾ ਜਪਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਸ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਟ ਖਰਾ ਸੱਚਾ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਰੂਪ ਧਨ ਹੈ ਅਮਰਾ ਧਨ ਮਾਧੋ ਗੋਬਿੰਦੋ ਧਰਣੀ ਧਾਰੋ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਸਾਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਹੀਏ ਸੋ ਨਾਮ is my ਧਨ so our wealth is Madhav Govind. This alone is called the supreme treasure. ਸੋ ਸਾਥ ਨਾ ਚੱਲੇ ਬਿਨ ਭਜਨ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਸਗਲੀ ਛਾਰੋ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਮਾਇਆ ਰੂਪ ਆ ਨਾਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਹਰੇ ਹਰੇ ਨਾਮ ਕਮਾਵਨਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਹਤਾ ਨਸਾਰੋ this is the greatest wealth. This is what we're here to do. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਖੱਟੋ ਭਾਈ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਅਸ਼ਟਪਦੀ so 19th Astpadi consisting of 10 Gurbani Ji lines in 8 sections, 8 ਪੌੜੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਇਕੱਠ, ਅਸ਼ਟ 8 ਪਦੀ means ਸ਼ਬਦ, ਪਦ means ਸ਼ਬਦ. ਸੋ ਪਾਨਪੂਰ ਜੀ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਕਿ 8 ਪੌੜੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਅਸ਼ਟਪਦੀ ਜੀ 19ਵੇਂ 19th Astpadi. ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਮਿਲੇ ਕਰ ਹੋ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ ਸੰਤ ਮਹਾਪੁਰਸ਼ ਜਨਾ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ devotees ਮਿਲੇ meet ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਕਰੋ do ਕਰਨਾ ਕਰੋ ਵਿਚਾਰ contemplation ਵਿਚਾਰੋ। Meet with sons and Guru Sahib Ji and contemplate on Vaheguru Ji. So, hey भाई, हम संतन की रेन प्यारे, हम संतन की सरना, संत सतगुਰਾਂ जी ਦੀ ਚਰਨ ਧੂੜ ਬਣੇ ਪਨ ਪੂੰਜਿਕ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਰੋ। ਮਿਲੋ ਮਿਲੋ ਸਖੀ ਗੁਣ ਕਹੋ, ਕਹੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕੀ ਮਤਿ ਧੀਰ। Meet together, O companions, and speak the virtues of Vaheguru Ji. Take the wisdom of Guru Sahib Ji as your support and your solace. So meet with sons and Guru Sahib Ji and contemplate on Vaheguru Ji. Arth संत जना मेले करो विचार। So that can be meeting संगत च मिल के, that can be your softy connecting with Shabd मिल के, that can be doing seva. Many different ways you can look at this. एक उसे मरे नाम आधार। Here Maharaj ਸਪਸ਼ਟ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਏਕ ਵਨ ਇੱਕ ਸਿਮਰੇ remember meditate ਯਾਦ ਕਰੋ ਨਾਮ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ means ਆਸਰਾ support। ਸੋ ਹੇ ਸੰਤ ਜਨੋ ਇੱਕ ਅਦਵੈਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਮ ਰੋਮ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਯਾਦ ਕਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਬਾਣੀ ਸਰੀਰ ਲੋਕ ਪਰਲੋਕ ਦੇ ਦਾ ਆਸਰਾ ਬਣਾਓ। So, O loving sons, make Nam the support of your mind, your body, and speech in this world and in the afterlife by remembering it with love from each pore. Don't make slander, vices, unhealthy foods the support of your life. So some have the support of the formless Nam, meaning Ek Nirankari Namadare. So ਨਿੰਦਾ ਵੈਰ ਚੋਰੀ ਯਾਰੀ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਧਨ ਖੀਰ ਪੂੜੇ ਚਾਹ ਕਾਫੀ ਨਸ਼ੇ ਪਦਾਰਥ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਧਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। Don't be reliant on these things. Be reliant on Nam with the love of each poor. ਸਾਥ ਨ ਚਾਲੇ ਬਿਨ ਭਜਨ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਸਗਲੀ ਛਾਰੋ ਹਰੇ ਹਰੇ ਨਾਮ ਕਮਾਵਨਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਇਹੋ ਧਨ ਸਾਰੋ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਫੇਰ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਅਸ਼ਟਪਦੀ ਚ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਮਿਲੇ ਕਰੋ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ। ਸੰਗਤ ਚ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਸ਼ਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰੋ। ਠੇਕ ਦਾ ਆਸਰਾ ਏਕ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰੋ, ਨਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਆਧਾਰ ਬਣਾਓ। ਇੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ ਭਾਈ। ਅਵਰੇ ਉਪਾਵ ਸਭੇ ਮੀਤ ਵਿਸਾਰ ਹੋ, ਅਵਰੇ others ਹੋਰ ਉਪਾਵ efforts ਯਤਨ ਸਭੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਮੀਤ my friend ਮੀਤ ਵਿਸਾਰ ਹੋ forget abandon ਭੁਲਾ ਦੇਵੋ। हे ਮੀਤ ਸੱਜਣ ਸੰਤ ਜਨੋ ਇੱਕ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਸੇਵਾ ਅਭਿਆਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾ ਹੋਰ ਲੋਕ ਦਿਖਾਵੇ ਪਖੰਡ ਟੂਣੇ ਧਾਗੇ ਤਬੀਤ ਡਾਕੇ ਕਤਲ ਨਸ਼ੇ ਭੂਤ ਪੂਜਾ ਧਨ ਪਦਾਰਥ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ ਕੋ ਕਰਮ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਸਭੇ ਯਤਨ ਭੁਲਾ ਦੇਵੋ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ stating, oh my saintly friends, forget all other endeavors besides meditating and inspiring others to meditate on Nam and doing seva. So other endeavors, Bhagavad expands on those superstitious rituals, spells, spirit worship, pursuit of wealth, pursuit of material, worldly glory, and vices. ਅਵਰੇ ਪਾਵ ਸਭ ਮੀਤ ਵਿਸਾਰ ਹੋ। ਸੋ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾਂ ਮਿਲੇ ਕਰੋ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰੋ। Make Nam your ਆਧਾਰ, make Nam your support, and renounce and get away from all other upav yatans efforts. ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਰਿਦ ਮਹਿ ਉਰੇ ਧਾਰ ਹੋ। ਆਵਰੇ ਉਪਾਵ ਸਭ ਮੀਤ ਵਿਸਾਰ ਹੋ। ਸਾਰੇ ਉਪਾਅ ਛੱਡ ਦਵੋ ਬਾਕੀ and fall into ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਦਾ ਰਿੱਧ ਮਹਿ ਉਰੇ ਧਾਰ ਹੋ। ਸੋ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ, ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ, lotus like feet, ਰਿੱਧ ਹਿਰਦਾ, ਹਿਰਦੇ, heart, ਮਹਿ, within. So Bhagavad expands on this in the Bhakti line, and he says meh within the intellect. So meh here akhri arth, this can be within anything, meh within. Ore also means within, but when we say ore, we're talking about within the inner self. And this is broader than just the rid, than the rida, than the heart. This is encompassing the whole inner self. Andar, ore, andar. But inside, as in the mind, the heart, the intellect, everything inside, ore. Rid, as in heart, meh, as in within. Tar ho, as in enshrine, as in place, as in vasona karo. ਸੋ ਪਨ ਪੂਜਨੀਕ ਸੱਚੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਕਮਲ ਵਾਂਗ ਸੋਹਣੇ, ਕਮਲ ਵਾਂਗ ਪਦਾਰਥਾਂ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਨਿਰਲੇਪ, ਸੱਚੇ ਮਿੱਠੇ ਮਹਾਨ ਪਰਉਪਕਾਰੀ ਪਰਮ ਪਿੱਤਰ, ਸੱਚੇ ਖਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਪੂਰਨ ਧਰਮੀ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਬੁੱਧੀ ਅੰਦਰ ਵਸਾਉਣਾ ਕਰੋ। Enshrine Guru Parmeshwar Ji's beautiful lotus-like feet within your heart and intellect. In the second arth, ਹਿਰਦੈ ਚਰਨ ਸਬਦੋ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕੋ, ਨਾਨਕ ਬਾਂਧਿਓ ਪਾਲ ਗੁਰ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਰੂਪੀ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ। Meaning enshrine Gurbani ji, Gur Shabd. That is the lotus-like feet within your heart and intellect. Let Gurbani take over your intellect. Let Gurbani move out of the way so Gurbani can take over your heart. Take the ego out. Take the doubt out. Let Gurbani do what it does. Move out of the way. So Santa Jana mele karahu bicharo.
Randeep, sorry, can you just go back a little bit? And it just went quiet for a second. But can you just say that part again about the mind and letting Gurbani take over the heart? Can you just say that part again, please?
Hanji. So enshrine Guru Parmeshwar Ji Sahib Ji's beautiful lotus-like feet within your heart. That was the first part. The second part was enshrine Gurbani Ji, which is the lotus-like feet within your heart and intellect. So what we were talking about was taking the ego out and letting Gurbani Ji take over the intellect. So meaning the wisdom, the arts that Gurbani Ji produces, it goes into the intellect. And so you're not analyzing everything from the perspective of the ego anymore. Maharaj says a certain thing and you start doing it. Move out of the way, as in remove the ego. Let Gurbani Ji take over the heart, take control. Step aside and let Gurbani Ji do what it does best. As in, Pratapalla Netasahara Samalla, brings one from down in the gutter straight towards Brahmagyan, the whole journey. From that perspective, let Guru Sahib Ji take over the heart, let Guru Sahib Ji take over the intellect, let Gurmat enter and stop the param, the doubt, stop getting in the way, remove the ego, instead of analyzing, oh, I'll do it now, I'll do it tomorrow, can I do this now, can I not do this? But once again, this is just my take on it. The arts are in front of you guys. But I think moving away and removing the ego as much as we can, as much as Maharaj allows us to, as well, I would say, letting Maharaj take over the intellect as well, and seeing from the perspective of Gurbani that Nirguna Sarguna is one, that whatever happens is for the benefit of all, that fear is nothing to be actually afraid of, but to be, standing up to fear, uh, and getting rid of it. And then when you stand up to it, it goes away. And Nihatte Panj Jawan mein Guru Thapi Diti Kande Jio. I took out the five. Guru Sahib Ji, gave me a thapi on my back, and I took them out from that perspective. So letting Guru Sahib Ji enter, letting Gurbani enter and take over, um, and not getting in the way from that perspective. Mara Karpa. Karan so prabhu samratho. Karan, the doer, karnavale. Karan, the reason, the cause. Mool, modrupa. So, we're talking about Vaheguru Ji, Ohi, so the several Dham. So means that, so means Dham, Ohi. Prabhu Vaheguru Ji. Samaratha meaning all capable, all powerful. सब कुछ समर्थ, सर्व कला समर्थ, सारियां शक्तियां दे मालक, all capable with all shaktis. So in English, Nirguna Vahiguruji is the ultimate cause and the root of the whole Sargun creation. And then Gurbani Ji, he himself is Nirguna, he himself is Sargun. By wielding his power, he has enchanted the entire creation. सो सब गुण कैसे ही ना है हरिपूर भंडारिया सर्व गुणा संपन्न सहित करता पुरख वाहिगुरु जी समर्थ वाहिगुरु जी आप ही निर्गुण ब्रह्म जी सारी रचना दे मूल मुੱਢ रूप ਹਨ they are the reason, they are the essence, they are the beginning, they are the cause, they are the ਮੁੱਢ रूप ਉਹੀ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਚੋਂ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਅਨੰਤ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਦਾ ਪਸਾਰਾ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਹਨ ਹੈ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ that's you as well, you are the reason and you are the sargun creation as well. So nirgun vaheguru ji is the ultimate cause, the prakashmay is the ultimate cause, and the root from where sargun has sprung up is Nirguna Vaheguru Ji, where the Sargun creation has sprung up, and we're sitting here and we're looking with our eyes, and we have halchal within us, we have movement within us. And when Maharaj wishes, to main milta deh tar sab hu, everyone goes back into that one. All the days, all the tars, all the bodies, everything goes back within that one. This is Maharaj's khed. So Karan, you're the Modrup, you're the Karan behind the whole creation. So Prabhu Samaratha, you are Samaratha Maharaj, you are um, fully capable, and you are the reason behind this whole creation. So the Vatha of Nam, inu drid kare goho. The Vatha meaning the item, the object, the Vastu of Nam, Harinam. So Drido means resolute, firm, ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਪਰਪੱਕ ਨਿਸ਼ਚਾ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਐਨ ਪੂਰਨ ਪਰਪੱਕਤਾ ਅੰਦਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਦ੍ਰਿੜਤਾ ਹੋਵੇ they go ਨਾਮ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਕਰੋਣਾ and ਪੰਜ ਪਿਆਰੇ I don't know if they do this in do they do it? Like AKJ Singhs talk a lot about this, the Singhs that take ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਨਾਮ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, they make them jap Vaheguru mantra, and they give them a vidhi, they give them a technique, maybe I believe you take Amra from Panj Pyare from AKJ. But we all jap naam, Panj Pyare give us the mantra of the Vaheguru mantra, right? So ਉਦੋਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਭਾਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਮੰਤਰ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ. So ਦ੍ਰਿੜਤਾ with unwavering determination and full faith. कारे, डू, करके, गह, गह means to ग्रहण करना, to embrace, to grasp, फड़ना, कोई चीज ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਚ ग्रहण करनी, with full resolution, with ਐਨ ਉੱਪਰ ਪੱਕਤਾ ਨਿਸ਼ਚੇ ਭਰੋਸੇ ਨਾਲ। ਨਾਮ, when we talk about ਨਾਮ, ਹਰੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਵਾਤੋ the item, the vastu of ਨਾਮ। ਸੋ ਅੰਦਰ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਰਾ ਲਬਲਾ ਭਰਪੂਰ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਜਪਾ ਜਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਕਾਰਨ ਕਾਰਨ ਸੋ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਰਾਮ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਅਮੋਲਕ ਨਾਮ ਰੂਪੀ ਵਸਤੂ ਨੂੰ ਪਰਪੱਕ ਨਿਸ਼ਚੈ ਕਰਕੇ ਗ੍ਰਹਿਣ ਕਰੋ। ਸੋ ਔਖਦ ਮੰਤਰ ਮੂਲ ਮਨ ਏਕੈ, ਜੇ ਕਰੇ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਚਿਤ ਕੀਜੈ ਰੇ। ਸੋ this the mantra, the essence of the mantra is the ਦਵਾਈ। ਇਹਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਕਰਕੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਰੱਖੀਏ, ਜਨਮ ਜਨਮ ਕੇ ਪਾਪ ਕਰਮ ਕੇ ਕਾਟਨ ਹਰਾ ਲੀਜੈ ਰੇ, ਇਹ ਪਾਪ ਕੱਟਣ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਆ। This is what does everything. So embrace the essential item of Naam with firm conviction and unwavering faith. Fall in love with Naam. Let Naam take over. Let Naam do what it does. This is medicine. This is Gurbani right here. This is medicine. This is mantra, is the root of all wisdom. If the mind firmly resolves and focuses upon it, it will destroy the sins and deeds of countless lifetimes. Janam janam ke paap karma ke, janam janam ke paap karma ke katan hara lijare. So it is samarth to do this. Janam janam de paap and karma nu katan wala. Gorka sabda kata code karma. So dredo kare gaha ho namo hare vatho. Dred means to fortify. ठीक है, मे भी हो सकता। दृढ़, दृढ़ करना, टू फोर्टिफाई, ठीक है। ਇਹੋ ਧਨ ਸੰਚ ਹੋ ਭਗਵੰਤ। ਸੋ ਇਹੋ this ਧਨ wealth, ਸੰਚ ਹੋ to collect, to accumulate, ਇਕੱਤਰ ਕਰਨਾ, ਸੰਚ ਹੋ become ਹੋਣਾ ਕਰੋ ਭਗਵੰਤ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, the form of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜੀ। So gather the wealth of Nam within your heart and every fiber of your being and become the form of Vaheguru Ji. Gurbani Ji, the one who realizes the divine, becomes like the divine. Utterly pure, the body is perfected. Second, Yatha Tatha line, those who meditate on the Lord become the Lord. They unite with the Lord in joyful ecstasy. So ਗੁਰਦੇਵ ਮਾਤਾ ਪਿਤਾ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਇਹੋ ਗੁਰ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਰੂਪੀ ਸੱਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਧਾਨੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਰੋਮ ਰੋਮ ਚ ਇਕੱਤਰ ਕਰੋ। ਇਕੱਤਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਖੰਡ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਸਰੂਪ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਸਭ ਕੀ ਰੀਨਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਕਰੋ। ਜਿਨੇ ਜਾਤਾ ਸੋ ਤਿਸ ਹੀ ਜੇਹਾ ਆਤੇ ਨਿਰਮਾਇਲੋ ਸੀ ਜਸੇ ਦੇਹਾ। ਸੀ ਜਸੇ, to understand, ਸੀ ਜਸੇ। ਜਿਨ ਹਰ ਜਪਿਆ ਸੇ ਹਰਿ ਹੋਏ, ਹਰਿ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਕੇਲ ਕੇ ਲਾਲੀ। ਸੋ ਇਹੋ ਧਨ ਸੰਚ ਹੋ ਭਗਵੰਤ। So when you gather this, you move towards Brahm Gyan, become the form of Akal. So Santa Jana Mile Karho Vicharo, meet with Guru Sahib Ji, meet with Mahapurush and contemplate on Bani. Eko Simre Naam Adharo, make Simran your Adharo, your support. Abre paap sab meet bisar ho, renounce everything else, shaddo sab kuch janam kamla ridham hai ritar ho, within your heart, within your inner being, within everything, bring Maharaj's Gurbani within. Karan so prabhu samrat, from Nirguna to the Nirgun ji creating the Sarguna. Maharaj is samrat, they're the reason behind everything. Drido kare goho, and they're the reason within us that everything's happening. Dredo kare goho, nam hare vato, and take nam, the item of the vastu of nam, and make it dred within you. Ehotano sancho ho ho Bhagavant, collect this nam tan and become the form Brahmagani Sagal ki Rina, the form of Akal, Sant Jana ka Nirmal Mant, and this mantra Sant Guru Sahib Ji, ਪੂਰੇ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਜਨਾਂ devotees ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਕਾ ਦਾ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਫਿਰ ਮੰਤਰ teachings ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਜੀ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਇਹ ਨਿਰਮਲਿਆ. The beloved Guru Sahib Ji's Vaheguru mantra and Gurbani ji is incredibly pure. Sant Jana ka Nirmal mantra. ਸੋ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਆਤਮਾ ਪਰਮ ਪੂਜਨੀ ਪੂਰੇ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਕਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਮੰਤਰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਨਿਰਾ ਉਜਲ ਹੀ ਉਜਲ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਸਰੂਪ ਨੂਰੋ ਨੂਰ ਹੈ. ਨਿਰਮਲ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਸੂਚਾ ਸੂਚੋ ਸੂਚਾ ਸੂਚੋ ਸੂਚਾ ਅੰਤ ਅਨੰਤਾ ਸਦਾ ਬੇਅੰਤਾ ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਉੱਚੋ ਉੱਚਾ. Pure, pure, the immaculate, absolutely pure, the purest of the pure, endless, infinite, forever beyond limits, says Nanak, the highest of the high, meaning beloved Guru Sahib Ji's Vaheguru mantra and Gurbani Ji is incredibly pure. Sant Jana ka Nirmal mantra, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸੰਚਨਾ ਕਰੋ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਤਰ ਕਰੋ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਰਾਖੋ ਮਨ ਮਾਹੇ, ਇਹੀ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਮੰਤ ਆ. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸੰਚ ਹੋ ਐਂਡ ਬਿਕਮ ਹੋਵੋ ਭਗਵੰਤ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਕਰੇ ਗਹੋ ਹੋ. And this is the mantra that is Karan Karan Samarat as well, the reason behind everything in its Prakashmay form. Rid Mehet Uritar ho, bring it within you. एक सिमर इनु सिमर ना करो, एक आस राखो मन माहे. एक one आस hope आस आसा राखो हो, keep रखना करो मन माहे within the mind, within the man. So all diseases, sarva roga nanak mit jahe, even the disease of vichoda, of separation, sarva rog, all sare rog disease rog nanak Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj Mahla Panjwa ji mite erase jahe go depart jange. Meaning Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj ji is stating, keep hope in the one Guru Granth Sahib Ji within your mind. By doing this, all diseases will be erased. So, ਪੰਜਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਆਧਾਰ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਕਾਰਨ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਗੁਰ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਚ ਧਾਰ ਕੇ ਹਰੇ ਨਾਮ ਆਤਮ ਵਸਤੂ ਨੂੰ ਦ੍ਰਿੜਤਾ ਨਾਲ ਗ੍ਰਹਿਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਮੰਤਰ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਕਮਾ ਕੇ ਆਸਾ ਸਭੇ ਲਾਹੇ ਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਆਸ ਕਮਾਓ, ਹੋਰ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਆਸਾਂ ਤਿਆਗ ਕੇ ਏਕ ਕੀ ਕਰੇ ਆਸ ਭੀਤਰੇ, ਅਵਰਨ ਕੀ ਆਸਾ ਕਿਛੁ ਨਾਹੀ, ਏਕ ਆਸ ਧਰੋ ਮਨ ਮਾਹੀ, ਆਨ ਆਸ ਉਪਜਤ ਕਿਛੁ ਨਾਹੀ. ਸੋ ਇੱਕ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਪੂਰਨ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਆਸ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ 'ਚ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਕਰੋ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਾਮ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਰੋਗ, ਕੌੜਾ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਰੋਗ, ਸਰੀਰਕ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਗ ਮਿਟੇ ਜਾਣਗੇ. ਅਨੇਕ ਉਪਾਵੀ ਰੋਗ ਨ ਜਾਏ, ਰੋਗ ਮਿਟੈ ਹਰਿ ਔਖਦ ਲਾਏ, ਸਰਵ ਰੋਗ ਕਾ ਔਖਦ ਨਾਮ, ਕਲਿਆਣ ਰੂਪ ਮੰਗਲ ਗੁਣ ਗਾਮ. So the diseases that will be erased, speaking harshly, which is a disease of the tongue, diseases of the body, multiple diseases there, and diseases of the mind, such as kam, krodh, lobh, moh, ahankar, and those diseases, depression, anxiety, and all that type of stuff. Adi, Vyadi, Upadhi. So Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj is stating, keep hope in the one Guru Granth Sahib Ji within your mind. By doing this, all diseases will be erased. Through countless remedies, the disease does not leave. The illness departs only by applying the medicine of the Lord. Duja tatha The medicine of all diseases is the Naam, the embodiment of bliss and the source of auspicious virtues. ठीक है जी. So सर्व रोग नानक मिटे जाहे. All diseases, रोग disease, नानक पंज पाशाही मिटे erase जाहे, to go to depart. And एक आस राखो हो मन माहे. Yeah. Let me know if you guys want me to go over anything particular. I could I could scroll up towards it. Murate Ajuni Sahaban Gur Prasad Japo Ade Sacho Jugade Sacho Happy Sacho Nanak Hosi Pi Sacho Saloko Sathe na Chala Beno Pajan Bekhya Sagli Charo Hare Hare Namo Kamavana Nanak Hotano Saro Asatpadi संत जना मिले करहो विचारो एक हो से मरे नाम आधारो आवरे पाप सबे मीत विसार हो चरण कमल हृदम है और तार हो कारण कारण सो प्रभु समरथो दृढ़ो करे गह हो नामो हरे बाथो ਇਹੋ ਤਾਨੋ ਸੰਚ ਹੋ ਵਹੁ ਭਗਵੰਤ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਕਾ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਮੰਤ ਏਕ ਆਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਮਨ ਮਾਹੇ ਸਰਬ ਰੋਗ ਨਾਨਕ ਮਿਟ ਜਾਹੇ. Today, ਜੈਸੋ ਧਨ ਕਉ ਚਾਰ ਕੁੰਟ ਉਠੇ ਧਾਵਹਿ ਸੋ ਧਨ ਹਰੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਵਹਿ. जैसो सुख को नित बाछहे मीत सो सुख साधु संग परीत. जैसो शोभा को करहे भली करनी सा शोभा भाजो हर की सरनी. अनेक पावी रोग न जाए रोग मिटे हर एक अव खादो लाए. The medicine of नाम. सर्व निधान मह हर नाम निधानो जप नानक दरगह परवानो. सर्व निधान मह हर नाम निधानो जप नानक दरगह परवानो. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So, साध संगत जी, today we'll be doing the second pori of the 19th Astpadi. Let's go over the first pori in the slok from last week, and then Mara Sapta, Mara Kirpa will continue on. साथ न चालै बिन भजन बिख्या सगली छारो. भाई नाम तो बिना कुछ नाल नहीं जाना. And how we did the second Astpadi, we can take this from the perspective of going on the afterlife. ਜਮ ਦੇ ਮਾਰਗ ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹਰ ਕਾ ਨਾਮ ਊਹਾ ਸੰਗ ਤੋਸਾ. So nothing goes with us besides ਨਾਮ. ਸਾਥ ਨ ਚਾਲੈ ਬਿਨੁ ਭਜਨ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਸਗਲੀ ਛਾਰੋ. So we also did this from the perspective of nothing will go on your journey to control the senses besides the prema bhakti of Guru Sahib Ji, of Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji. So the journey of controlling the senses, bringing wisdom, satisfaction to the mind, getting over obstacles, ailments, pains, it's only through Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji that this happens. So saath न चालै बिनु भजन बिख्या सगली छारो. हरे हरे नाम कमावना नानक ਇਹੋ ਧਨ ਸਾਰੋ. ਸੋ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ, the greatest ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼, ਸਭ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ਮਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ, greatest illuminator of love, of wisdom, of ਗਿਆਨ, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾਮ ਤਨ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਮਾਉਣਾ ਆ। So earning it, obeying it, getting others to japping it yourself, sharing it, encouraging others, that's the greatest treasure, truest treasure. Astapadi. So ਪਹਿਲੀ ਪੌੜੀ ਇਹਦੀ of the 19th Astpadi, Sant Jana Mele Karho Vichar. So Mahapurshana Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰੋ ਭਾਈ, ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ। ਸੋ ਮੀਟ ਇਨ ਸੰਗਤ, ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰੋ, ਕੀਰਤਨ ਚ ਬੈਠੋ, ਆਪਣੀ ਸੁਰਤ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਚ ਜੋੜੋ, ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠੋ, ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਅਰਥਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰੋ। Discuss the translations of Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji, ਸੰਗਤ ਚ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ। Online, I guess over Zoom, we can say this as well. Meet with like-minded people in terms of ਸੰਗਤ। ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕੋ ਨਾਮ ਵਖਣੀ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਵੇ, ਉੱਥੇ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰੋ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ। ਏਕ ਸਿਮਰੈ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ। So the asra, the support of your man, of everything, make that naam, and don't keep the support of other things like nindya, chugli, ogan, vices, unhealthy foods, and things like that. Get away from an unhealthy lifestyle and come into a healthy lifestyle, a balanced lifestyle with Naam. Avaryo pav sabe meet bisar ho. All these other attempts, endeavors, baki cheezan chhad ke, hai na, ਤਾਂ ਭਾਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ and inspire others to jap naam as well. So superstitious rituals, spells, spirit worship, pursuit of wealth, worldly gain, tika, in order to live in this dunya, we need wealth, and tika, do that, but to gain, to run after popularity and to fulfill the ego, that's not the pursuit of Sikhi. The pursuit of Sikhi is the accumulation of Naam. Charan Kamal Red Mahore Taro. So once again, that doesn't mean don't be the best in your field. Like, whatever you're pursuing, pursue it 110%. But don't be attached to the outcome, even if you do become the greatest. And if you don't, whatever. It doesn't hold value. Naam holds value. So Charan Kamal Rid Mahore Tar Ho. So Maharaj de Charan Kamal, meaning Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Gurbani, enshrine it within your heart, within your mind. Charan Kamal Rid Mahe. So here, I talked to Sivandeep Singh, lives with Pagaji, just to clarify this. And so he said no. So he talked to Pagaji, and Mehe, we're just going to leave as Mehe. We're not going to add buddhi. We're not going to add intellect in here. So the artha, we're just going to leave apade red Mehe andar, and they're gonna redo this artha. But pretty much it's going to be, for Mehe, it's not going to be buddhi, it's going to be Mehe. So I think they're going to redo this, and the next Bhutiyan it'll be different. But pretty much enshrine Guru Parmeshwar Ji's lotus like feet within your heart and your intellect or your mind. Enshrine Gurbani, lotus like feet once again within your heart and within your intellect or mind. Theek hai ji? So that was the correction. Karan so Prabhu Samaratha. So Maharaj Nirguna Vaheguru Ji is the ultimate cause and the root of the whole Sarguna creation. Oh Karan nu Samarathane. They are the Karan, they are the doer, and they are the Karan, they are the reason behind everything. They are Samaratha, they are all powerful. Kita pasawe kokobao, uni apne prakash chon Sarguna Swarup paida kar dete. And this is the manifestation we're seeing, viewing right now. We're living amongst it. We are a part of it without realizing we are a part of it, because it is a part of the ego within us. ਪਰ ਸਹਿਜੇ ਸਹਿਜੇ ਹੌਲੀ 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 ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਦੇ ਆ ਜਪਦੇ ਆ ਜਪਦੇ ਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਅਰਥ ਵਿਚਾਰਦੇ ਆ this soji this comes into our intellect brain that you know what this information that we're gathering from Sukhmani Sahib that you know what ਇਹ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਤੇ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਇੱਕੋ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੇ it's just a different form and we fall into that, but we have the parda of ego within us, hence we cannot see this form fully and grasping it and understanding it. I don't know if we'll ever be able to grasp it. We just fall into it and become it. But that is what's happening right now. Mara Satta, Mara Kirpa. So Nirguna Vaheguru is ultimate cause and the root of the whole Satguru creation. Dredo kare goho naam hare vato. So the item, the vastu of naam, enu dred karo, hana, with firm conviction and enu dredta prapakta naal take this on with unwavering faith. So embrace naam. Because this is abakalu ayore kunamo bo. This is the Kali Yuga is here. This is the age of Naam, right? Maharaj has gifted us with Vaheguru Mantar. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਭਾਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਪਣਾ ਕਰੋ ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਕਲਿਆਣ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਮੁਕਤੀ ਆ ਇਸ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਹੀ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਆ ਇਸ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਹੀ ਰਿੱਧੀਆਂ ਸਿੱਧੀਆਂ ਐ ਉਹ ਚੋਗਣ ਸੀ ਠੜੇ ਇਸ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਹੀ all the wealth is through seva, is through Naam. Everything we obtain is through Naam. And it's like, I feel like when you tap into it a little bit, a person can pull information out of it. Like, for example, if we're jumping Naam and our surti gets barik, our thoughts evade and we get deeper into ourselves and we're listening to Vaheguru Mantar Gurbani, we're listening, we're zoning in, we're very still inside. There are profound experiences that you can draw from and you can pull out. Like Mahapurushas have pulled out vast amounts of knowledge and information. If you read Apne Dodre Wale Mahapurusha, by Bauji's lakes, the information he's pulled out, the information by Ranveer Singh ji's pulled out, Akhand Kirtan Jathe Wale, and they put it in their writings. So they've taken deep dives into this nectar of Naam, into this pool, into this ocean that is never ending, right? And they've taken these dives into there and they've pulled nuggets out and they've come and they've given it to us and they've written it for us. But there's never going to be an end, right? So I think what happens to these individuals, and Bhai Veer Singh Ji is an example of this. When he started translating Guru Granth Sahib Ji, he came to a point where he was just in awe. He couldn't write no more. He just got lost. And I don't think he finished translating Guru Granth Sahib Ji, right? Like he was just in awe. And ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਸਮਾ ਗਏ. He just merged, right? Like I think he ended up leaving his body. Like I don't know history too well, but I think that's what happened. That when you take these dive deep into this ocean, and you're sitting there in a warehouse, and you know if whatever happens, Mara Satta, whatever Guru Sahib Ji is offering you, whatever Guru Sahib Ji is gifting you at that time, and you're experiencing it, and you can pull it out and you can bring it back and you can say, show Sangat. And I think all these other gifts, these are gifts like the law of gravity, all this information that we have in scientific information. I think these are pulled from a depth, right? But these are gifts, I think, given by Guru Sahib Ji. These are gifts given by the Anhadatona. As you do deeper dives, Maharaj offers you this is where Rag comes from. I think all this information on Rag and all these things. But once again, there's no Anta. Anta Nanta Sadabhanta. You cannot have an end to any of this. It's just a vast ocean without an end. And that's why even looking at the life of Bagaji, having 20 plus years ago, having stayed with him, and hearing how he was in his younger days, Anatak Seva Kari Jani, and before he came into the Java, his life, where he was a taxi driver, he went to Calcutta, he pursued a career in taxi, and he was a driver. And that's why he's always talking about cars. You'll see he even writes about cars, how to maintain a car well, and all that stuff in his book. You can see that because that's what he did that as a kid, right? He went to Kolkata and he was a driver. So, but even looking at his Jivan from that time, hearing about it, hearing it from other Mahapurush, other sayings, his Jivan, how he went to the Jatha, he had Darshana Panjve Pasha Ji, they talk about his experiences, how he was very cutter, he was very rigid in his ways when he in his younger days. Yeah, he did a lot of Khand Path Seva, he did Panj Pyare Seva in the Jatha. And obviously you guys know he did the recordings that we have now, Vade Mahapurush of Sant Babu Gurbachan Singh Ji, the transition that he's gone through his life, growing and staying with him, and the experiences I had with him, and even the way he was at that time in his Jwani, he was youthful at that time, and then seeing as he's progressed and how his avastas progressed, uh, in front of us, right? And until his later years, visiting him and seeing how he's just in tune to Shabad to such a high degree that uh, not even disease bothers him. Like nothing bothers him that mind, to the dreams he used to have even 20 years ago, and him saying, things like, yo, grab him by his legs and throw him. He's like, well, it's not like Vaheguru isn't everywhere. You're gonna throw me, and they're like, okay, let him go. Like all these little things that he's, I've heard from him, and all these experiences he's had, and the growth that I've seen in him, and he would record. Artha wasn't being made. He would go down and sleep, and then he would wake up and be like, okay, this and that, and he would record himself, and he doesn't even know what he's saying at that time. And then we would re-listen to it. We would record him, and then we would re-listen to it, and he would listen to it again, and then he would say like, okay, I get it. This one, write this like this, write this piece here, write this piece here. To now where the sayings are saying the way he's writing Guru Sahib Ji's name is he has so many visheshans. For example, uh, like we think this like Andar Bahar Nira Noor Prakash Roop Sarab Kala Parpoor Nirgun Nirankara Japaja Vaheguru Ji. So Simandeep Singh he was talking, and they're sharing examples of this now too on social media. The way Bhagaji is writing now is like he's filling up a whole page just to say the name of Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaj. So what I see from that is he just smai jante and that he's just becoming more lean in this ocean. And it's not even about pulling information out and giving it to us anymore. It's just, he's in a transition where um, I think he doesn't it, he still wants to do seva, but I think he's just gone into like where he's supposed to be, what he's supposed to be doing. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's still giving us nuggets of that depth, but I think he's getting too deep himself where it's going to be like he's just gone. You know what I mean? And that's why he's writing pages. If he's going to write, he's not writing Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaji. He's writing like pretty much like two, three, like a whole page, and then writing Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaji. So many visheshans for him, and then saying his name. Um, that's just depth. That's just love, right? That's just the grind of not never stopping, and the pursuit of greatness, right? That non-stop दृढ़ता परपक्ता दृढ़ करे कहो नाम हरे बातो. That's what that is, right? It's dृढ़ता, to a degree which is beyond the body. But then he says he's coming back because he wants to do Seva too, right? Like as and Jawar Singh, I saw it, I see it in him too, the way he was when he was younger, and his growth. So I think as these guys, Mahapurushas, become seasoned in their practices, uh, they fall into this realm, into this ocean, into this depth where I think I don't know if they want to come back from there anymore. But the Mahapurush have said is their duty to come back and right the steak, right? So I think that's why they're still here. Um, Even though their body's kind of like it shouldn't be around right now. All by medical means, the way his kidneys have failed, the way his strokes have happened, everything that's gone on within that body, it's yeah, kind of a what do you say, miracle how he's walking around. But they choose, right? It's up to them, right? Um, they choose what they want to do. They work in a different realm. They have conversations at a different level. Um, but Mahapurushani, that's Mahapurush status stuff. So, but Dredo kare gaho na mohare bato Yotano Sancho ho Pokemon. And this is he's pretty much becoming this like collect this wealth and become the form of Vaheguru become the form, just dive into it and become it with every fiber of your being, right? With every breath, fall into it. Santa Jana ka Nirmal Mantra, ta ehe Guru Sahib Ji's Vaheguru Mantra and Gurbani Ji is incredibly pure. ਇਹ ਮੰਤਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਆ it's the purest of the purest, is immaculate. You see what it does, right? It's in front of us what this mantra has done to Mahapurushas, to regular dudes. If you look at Bhagavad life, a regular dude that used to drive a taxi in Calcutta joined the Jatha, uh, started learning translations, but never was formally into education. Like, oh, I want to know, the seven types of fears, the five types of doubts, like all these sort of, he was never into that. He never let us study that either. He never like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, never let me study any of that kind of stuff. It's like, fall into Gurbani. You don't need any of that, and stay here. But you see his growth. You see his growth from that. What this mantra has done for him, right? What Gurmani Ji has done for him. Ek aas rakho man mahe, sarv rog nanak mite jahe. So keep the hope of one in Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj. Guru Granth Sahib Ji apni aas la ke rakho. All diseases will be eradicated. And so what does this mean? These guys don't get, yeah, man, they get diseases. Look at his body, man. But he don't give a shit. He doesn't care, man. That guy don't care. You go around him, that many strokes, kids, he's barely functioning, body still moving, he's doing jakare. He'll wake up and start doing jakare. He's just drinking namras and he's enjoying himself. So, जैसो तन को चारे कुंट उठे तावहे. This is where we're starting. The RMT that works with Babaji has said they had the same strength in their legs from 2017 when they had their stroke. Yeah. I don't know, yeah, this very unique things. I think I want to say, I don't know, like I don't want to just say something and then some people jump on it. But if you guys might know if you guys go around them or ask some of the sayings or the people around them, like how his age got extended and all that kind of stuff. I think there's something there too, right? ਜਿਸ ਤਨ ਕੋ ਚਾਰੇ ਕੁੰਟ ਉਠੇ ਤਾਵਹਿ. So, Jeso, that which Jeso tan wealth. Go to nu chare kont means four directions, north, south, east, west. Chare cho kont directions. Otte otke tave. Tave means ਦੌੜਨਾ ਧਾਵੇ ਧਾਵੇ ਹੱਲੇ ਬੋਲਣੇ to also like kind of like a attack to do a tava on like an army kind of like attack an army as well but ਧਾਵੇ ਦੌੜਦਾ ਦੌੜਨਾ to run. So Jesu tan ko chare konte ote tave, O loving friend, that temporary wealth that you run in all four directions to accumulate, that you engage in destructive actions for the violence, harming others, burning, killing, looting. Hey mitar pyari ji, ਜਿਸ ਕੱਚੇ ਧਨ ਨੂੰ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਉੱਤਰ ਦੱਖਣ ਪੂਰਬ ਪੱਛਣ ਚੌਂ ਦਿਸ਼ਾ ਨੂੰ ਦੌੜਦਾ ਹੈ ਧਾਵੇ ਹੱਲੇ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੜਦਾ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਸਾੜਦਾ ਪਛਾੜਦਾ ਅੱਗਾਂ ਲਾਉਂਦਾ ਬੰਬ ਸੁੱਟਦਾ ਹੈ ਭਿਆਨਕ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਡਾਕੇ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਧਨ ਲਈ ਕੀਤੇ ਮਹਾਪਾਪਾਂ ਜ਼ੁਲਮਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਪਰ ਮਾਇਆ ਨਾਗਣੀ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋ ਧਨ ਲਈ ਕੀਤੇ ਮਹਾਪਾਪ ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਤਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਪਰ ਮਾਇਆ ਨਾਗਣੀ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੀ. So the pop that you accumulate goes with you, but the accumulation of the wealth doesn't travel with you. So ਜੇ ਸੋ ਧਨ ਕੋ ਚਾ ਚਾਰ ਕੁੰਟ ਉਠੇ ਧਾਵੇ run in all four directions for. ਸੋ ਧਨ ਹਰਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਵੇ so that ਉਹ ਧਨ wealth ਧਨ ਹਰੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਹਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਤੋਂ from ਪਾਵੇ obtain ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ that worldly wealth is obtained by doing the pure seva of Guru Parmeshwar Ji, but not only worldly, that worldly and nam wealth. So donne, so tano. So ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸੂਰਜ ਵੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਮੂੰਹ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਰੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਪਰਛਾਵਾਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਜੇ ਕੰਡ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਰੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਭੱਜਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਉਂ ਸੱਚ ਦੇ ਅਨੰਤ ਸੂਰਜ ਗੁਰਤਾ ਪਰਾਜਮਾਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਨਮੁਖ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਹਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸ਼ੁਭ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨੇ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਗੁਰਸੇਵਕ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਦੁਨਿਆਵੀ ਧਨ ਸੱਚੇ ਨਾਮ ਧਨ ਜੀ ਪੂਰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਤੋਂ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਿਸ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ ਲਈ ਜੀਵ ਚੌਂਕਟਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਭੱਜਦਾ ਆ ਗੁਰਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਹਰੇ ਨਾਮ ਧਨ ਪਾਵੈ ਅੰਤਰ ਪ੍ਰਗਾਸ ਹਰੇ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਵੈ. So that worldly wealth and nam wealth is obtained by doing the pure seva of Guru Parmeshwar Ji, meaning Vaheguru Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji. So tano hare seva te paave. So ਜਿਸ ਤਨ ਕੋ ਚਾਰ ਕੁੰਟ ਉਠੇ ਧਾਵੇ ਸੋ ਤਨੋ ਹਰਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਵੇ. ਜਿਸ ਸੁਖ ਕੋ ਨਿਤ ਬਾਛੇ ਮੀਤ. O loving friend, the eternal sukh of the soul that you always desire, just as sukh ko nit, always, daily, regularly, hamesha, bachahe, you desire, chonde, meet a friend, just so that which sukh ko nu tu, he meet pyare ji, ਨਿਤ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਜਿਸ ਆਤਮ ਸੁਖ ਨੂੰ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ that eternal sukh of the atma that you always desire. ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੁੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਸ ਤਨ ਕੋ ਚਾਰ ਕੁੰਟ ਉਠੇ ਧਾਵੇ ਸੋ ਤਨ ਹਰਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਵੇ. ਜਿਸ ਨਾਮ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਸੋਈ ਵਟ ਰਾਜਾ जिस सुख को नित बाछे मीत. So that eternal sukh, hey mitter pyare, that eternal sukh of the Atma that you always desire, that leenta, that vismadtai, so sukh, sadhu sange parite. So that sukh, oh sukh, sadhu sange, Sant Jana, Guru Parmeshwar Ji de Sang, in the company of Guru Sahib Ji or in the company of Sants, Parit love. That eternal sukh is obtained by loving Sants and Guru Parmeshwar Ji. ਸਾਧ ਕੇ ਟਹਲ ਸੰਤ ਸੰਗ ਹੇਤ ਗੁਰਖ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਜਨ ਸੰਤ ਮਹਾਪੁਰਸ਼ ਗੁਰਤਪ ਰਾਜਵਾਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸੰਗ ਰੋਮ ਰੋਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਵਿਸਮਾਦ ਆਤਮ ਸੁਖ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ ਜੋ ਸਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ. And that's that same sukh that allows Guru Sahib Ji to sit in boiling water on a tatti tavi or by Dayala Ji to handle all these shahidiyan. That's the same sukh. By Mati Das Ji. ਜੇ ਸੋ ਧਨ ਕੋ ਚਾਰੇ ਕੁੰਟ ਉਠੇ ਧਾਵਹਿ ਸੋ ਧਨ ਹਰਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਵਹਿ. That material wealth, that naam wealth is obtained by doing seva. ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਦਾਤਾਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਦੇ ਨੇ. ਜਿਸ ਸੁਖ ਕੋ ਨਿਤ ਬਾਛਹਿ ਮੀਤ ਸੋ ਸੁਖ ਸਾਧੂ ਸੰਗੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ that we fall in love with Guru Sahib Ji, with Gurbani Ji. ਜਿਸ ਸੋਭਾ ਕੋ ਕਰਹਿ ਭਲੀ ਕਰਨੀ, ਜਿਸ that which ਸੋਭਾ praise go to ਨੂੰ ਕਰਹਿ do ਕਰੋ ਭਲੀ good ਚੰਗੀ ਕਰਨੀ. ਕਰਨੀ is your action, your deed, your ਕਰਨੀ, the thing you do. We'll do these two lines together. Gur prasad to prasad. ਜਿਸ ਸੋਭਾ ਕੋ ਕਰਹਿ ਭਲੀ ਕਰਨੀ, ਸਾ ਸੋਭਾ, that ਸੋਭਾ, that praise, oh ਸੋਭਾ ਭਾਜੋ, is to repeat, ਜਪੋ ਹਰਿ ਕੀ ਸਰਨੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਆਵ ਦੀ ਸਰਨੀ, sanctuary ਸ਼ਰਨ. So to fall in the sanctuary of Guru Sahib Ji. Oh loving friend, the praiseworthy deed to do is to fall in the sanctuary of Vaheguru Ji and repeat Vaheguru, Vaheguru. And Bhakt Ji does Va meaning ਦੂਜਾ ਅਰਥ here. ਕੁਸੰਗਤ ਔਗਣਾ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਭੱਜ ਕੇ ਹਰੇ ਕੀ ਸਰਨੀ ਪੈ ਜਾਓ. Turn away from bad company, vices and vikars and fall into the sanctuary of Vaheguru Ji. And the first arth in Punjabi, hey ਮਿੱਤਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਜੀਓ, ਸੱਚੇ ਮਾਰਗ ਚੱਲਦਿਆਂ ਉਸਤਾ ਤੇ ਕਰੇ ਜਹਾਨ. ਸੋਭਾ ਵਾਲੀ ਜਿਸ ਭਲੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਨੂੰ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕਰੋ, ਉਹ ਸੋਭਾ ਵਾਲੀ ਭਲੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਹਰਿ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸਰਨੀ ਪੈ ਕੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜਪੋ. Oh, my loving friend, the praiseworthy deed to do is to fall in the sanctuary of Vaheguru Ji and repeat Vaheguru, Vaheguru. This is the greatest thing to do. ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ ਭਾਈ ਸੰਗ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ. ਇਹ ਪਰਮ ਪਿਆਲਾ ਖਸਮ ਕਾ ਜਾ ਪਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਦੇ. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ. And Maharaj give us this gift as well. ਸਾ ਸੋਭਾ ਪਾਜੋ ਹਰ ਕੀ ਸਰਨੀ, ਅਨੇਕ ਪਾਵੀ ਰੋਗ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ. So Many ਅਨੇਕਾਂ ਉਪਾਵੀ efforts ਉਪਾਵਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਰੋਗ disease ਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਏ goes ਜਾਏ mean to go ਜਾਂਦੇ. So disease doesn't leave with many attempts. ਕੋਈ ਨਿਉਲੀ ਕਰਮ ਕਰਦਾ, when we went through the third Astpadi, we saw all ਨਿਮਕ ਨਿਮਕ ਕਰੇ ਸਰੀਰੋ ਕਟਾਵੇ ਤਉ ਵੀ ਹਉਮੈ ਮੈਲ ਨਾ ਜਾਵੇ. The disease of home, like all these diseases, they don't go away. They don't go away with doing many attempts. Anekapavi roga na jai, right? The disease of the mind, diseases of the mind, mansak roga, speech, koda bolna, is evil speech, is attacking people. Diseases of the body, along with deep-rooted disease of ego, is not eradicated by various efforts or methods. You don't have to do many things to get rid of these things, Maharaj says. ਨਿਮਖ ਨਿਮਕ ਕਰੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਕਟਾਵੇ ਤਉ ਵੀ ਹਉਮੈ ਮੈਲ ਨਾ ਜਾਵੇ. ਅਨੇਕਾਂ ਉਪਾਵਾਂ ਯਤਨਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਨ ਬਾਣੀ ਸਰੀਰਕ ਰੋਗ ਤੇ ਹਉਮੈ ਦੀਰਘ ਰੋਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ. ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ. ਰੋਗ ਮਿਟੈ ਹਰੇ ਅਬ ਖਾਦੋ ਲਾਏ. The avocado, the medicine, the dwai, rog or disease mita, erased. Mit jande. Hare Vaheguru ji, avocado, dwai, lie to apply, to put on. Laun nal. All diseases are eradicated by applying the medicine of Nam with each and every breath. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਸ਼ੁਭ ਸੱਚੇ ਨਾਮ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਸਵਾਸ ਸਵਾਸ ਜਪਣ ਰੂਪੀ ਦਵਾਈ ਲਾਉਣ ਨਾਲ. So the medicine is to jap naam with each and every breath. ਹਉਮੈ ਅਤੇ ਸਰੀਰਕ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੋਗ ਮਿਟ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ. ਸਰਬ ਰੋਗ ਕਾਉ ਖਦੋ ਨਾਮ ਕਲਿਆਣ ਰੂਪ ਮੰਗਲ ਗੁਣਗਾਮ. So all diseases are eradicated by applying the medicine of Nam with each and every breath. This is therapy upon therapy. This understanding of Sukhmani Sahib Ji raises the intellect, raises the, changes the makeup of the body. This japping of the mantra, of japping of Sukhmani Sahib, this is the medicine. Sarva Nidanam Pahinasari hit Mahe. Sarva Nidanam Mahe. Hare Namo Nidano. All Sariya Nidan treasures. Khajaniya Meh Vech. Hare Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji. Naam Gurshabd Gurbani Satnam Gurshabd Nidano Khajane. Treasure. So all treasures within Nam treasure. Jape Nanak Dargahe Parvano. Jape repeat. Nanak Panjve Pasha Ji. ਦਰਗਹ, ਸੱਚਖੰਡ, ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ, ਡਿਵਾਈਨ ਕੋਰਟ, ਸੱਚਖੰਡ, ਸੱਚੀ ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ, ਸੱਚਖੰਡ, ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜੀ, ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ, ਐਕਸੈਪਟਡ, ਕਬੂਲ, you guys have a different art for Sachkhand in English, please let me know. Dargah. So Panjve Pasha ji, Guru Arjan Dev Sahib ji is instructing all to do a japa jap. Guru Granth Sahib ji's Naam is the greatest treasure. By repeating this treasure of Naam, Panjve Pasha is stating, I have been accepted into Satsangat and Sachkhand, the divine court of Vaheguru ji. So Panjve Pasha ji ਜਪਾ ਜਾਪ ਚ ਲੀਨ ਸਾਵਧਾਨ ਜਪਾ ਜਾਪ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੁਭ ਸੱਚਾ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਲੋਭੀ ਨੇ ਧਨ ਹੀਰਿਆਂ ਲਾਲਾਂ ਸੋਨੇ ਚਾਂਦੀ ਆਦਿ ਦੇ ਖਜ਼ਾਨੇ ਮੰਨੇ ਹਨ, ਪਰ ਇਹ ਛਲ ਰੂਪ ਦੁੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਖਜ਼ਾਨੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਖਜ਼ਾਨਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਭਰਪੂਰ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਬਿਰਥਾ ਜਾਣਨਹਾਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਸੁਖ ਨਿਧਾਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਪ੍ਰੀਤਮ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਮੇਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਗੁਰ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਖਜ਼ਾਨੇ ਹਨ। That's the true khazana. It's not the hire, jawara, the lal, the sona, chandi. It's not any of these. It's the Gurbani. It's the Gur Shabd. That's the true khazana. ਜੋ ਵਿਸਮਾਦ ਸੁਖ ਸਰੂਪ ਹਨ। ਮਿਟ ਗਈ ਭਾਲ ਮਨੋ ਸਹਜ ਸਮਾਨਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਇਆ ਨਾਮ ਖਜ਼ਾਨਾ। ਸੋ ਦਾਸਨ ਦਾਸ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਗੁਰ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਰੂਪ ਖਜ਼ਾਨਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਮ ਰੋਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਪ ਕੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜੀ ਚ ਕਬੂਲ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ। So I've been accepted, I've been kabul, I've been accepted into Satsangat and Sachkhand by repeating this treasure of Naam, which Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Naam is the greatest treasure. ठीक है जी, मारा कृपा मारा सत्ता, Gur Prasad Tau Prasad Sant Prasad. That was the second pori of the 19th Astpadi.
ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਾਚੋ ਸਲੋਕੋ ਸਾਥ ਨ ਚਾਲੈ ਬਿਨੁ ਭਜਨ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਸਗਲੀ ਛਾਰੋ ਹਰਿ ਹਰਿ ਨਾਮ ਕਮਾਵਨਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਇਹੋ ਧਨੁ ਸਾਰੋ। ਆਸਟਪਦੀ संत जना मिले करहो विचारो एको सिमरे नाम आधारो अवरे पाव सब मीत बिसारो चरण कमल रिदम है ओरे तारो कारण कारण सो प्रभु समराथो दृढ़ो कारे गहो नाम हारे वाथो एहो तन संच हो बहु भगवंत संत जना का निर्मल मंत एक आस राखो मन माहे सर्ब रोग नानक मिट जाहे। जिस धन को चार कुंट उठे तावहे सो धनो हर सेवा ते पावहे। जिस सुख को नित बाछे मीत सो सुख साधु संग प्रीत। जिस शोभा को करहे भली करनी सा शोभा भजो हर की सरनी। अनेक उपावी रोग न जाए रोग को मिटै हरे अब खादो लाए। सर्व निदान वह हरे नाम निदानो जापे नानक दरगह परवानो। Today, mano prabodh ho har कहनाए दाह देसे धावत आवे ठाए ताको बिघन न लागे कोई जाके हृदय बसै हरे सोए काले ताती ठंडा हरे नाओ सिमरे सिमरे सदा सुख पाओ भौ बिन सह पूरन होए आस भगते पाए आत्म परगास ते तो करे जाए बसै अविनाशी कहो नानक काटी जम फांसी गुर प्रसाद. As you can still see, like my screen, right? Yes, I would assume so. I just got signed out of one account to sign in with my wife's account. So let's just review. Okay. So, ਜਿਸੋ ਧਨ ਕੋ ਚਾਰੇ ਕੁੰਠ ਉਠੇ ਧਾਵ ਹੈ. That wealth that you run in all four directions for to accumulate, that wealth, so ਧਨੋ ਹਰਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਵ ਹੈ. So that worldly wealth and then the wealth of Nam as well is obtained through seva, through doing seva of Guru Sahib Ji, of Sangat. ਜਿਸ ਸੁਖ ਕੋ ਨਿਤ ਬਾਛਹਿ ਮੀਤ, that sukh, that everlasting sukh that you bachahe, that you desire. So sukh sadhu sange parite, that sukh is obtained by falling in love with sadhus, Mahapurushas, with Guru Sahib Ji. जिस शोभा को करहे भली करनी सा शोभा भाजो हर की सरनी. The so praiseworthy deed to do is to fall in the sanctuary of Vaheguru Ji and repeat Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Turn away from vikars, kusangat, and fall into the sanctuary of Vaheguru is the second part of this. Saso bapa har ki sarne. Anek upavi rog na jaye. So the diseases of ਤਨ ਮਨ ਧਨ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਨ ਬਾਣੀ ਸਰੀਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੋਗ ਆ. ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਹਉਮੈ ਦੀਰਘ ਰੋਗ ਹੈ, the disease, deep-rooted disease of ego. It's not eradicated through various efforts or methods, है ना. ਇਹ ਰੋਗ ਮਿਟੈ ਹਰਿ ਅਵਖਤ ਲਾਏ. And there's one solution to this disease, especially the disease of ego, and diseases. The disease solution is Nam, by applying the avocado, the medicine of Hare. So by applying the medicine of Nam with each breath, that's how these diseases go away. Sarva nidan mein Hare Naam nidano. And with amongst all treasures, the greatest treasure is to repeat Naam. And Guru Sahib Ji states, Jape Nanak Dargah Parvano. After repeating this, I have been accepted into Sachkhand. I've been accepted into Sangat of Guru Sahib Ji. But it is the greatest treasure. And by repeating this treasure of Nam, I've been accepted into Sangat, into Sachkhand. So now, the Tiji Podi of the 19th Astpadi, Manu Prabodh ho har kennai. So apne man nu, man meaning mind, Prabodh ho means vishesh karke gyan davo. Bodh ho gyan devo, par vishesh karke, Bhagji breaks this down. So to impart special knowledge. Prabodh ho, to instruct. So par vishesh karke, with focus, with attention, especially to give something bodho, knowledge. Hare keh nae, Hare Vaheguru Ji keh de av nae naam. So to instruct the mind har ke nai, with the wisdom, with the gyan of Naam. Manu prabodh ho. So Bhagji did this arth from the perspective of Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji is writing this, but he's writing to his father, Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji. So he's doing a benti to Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji. Ve hey Guru Parameshwar Ji, hey Mahla Chautha Ji, ਦਾਸਨ ਦਾਸ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਰਮ ਪਿਤਰ ਸੁਭ ਸੱਚੇ ਨਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਗਿਆਨ ਦੇਵੋ ਜੀ। So Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji is lovingly doing ardas to Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji. O Guru Parameshwar Ji, instruct my mind with the wisdom of Naam. Maharaj ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇਵੋ, ਮਨ ਪ੍ਰਬੁੱਧ ਹੋ, ਹਰ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ, ਨਾਮ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਗਿਆਨ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ। Through Naam, instruct it, give it gurmat, remove the man's mat and bring in the gurmat into this man. Maharaj, please instruct it. Please show it the path, show it what to do. And with the Shakti of Naam, make it do it. Manu prabodh ho har kehnai. Vishesh karke, with special instruction, Maharaj, with visheshta, with particular focus, with particular attention. Manu prabodh ho har kehnai. So Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji is doing benti to Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji. O Guru Parameshwar Ji, instruct my mind with the wisdom of Naam. And then instruct it for what? Like, what's going on? Why? What does the man do? Well, this is one of the things that the man does, right? Daha dese tavat ave thai. So please do it. So then this running mind in daha dese, in 10 directions, ave thai, it comes to rest within Vaheguru. So it could come to rest within you, within Vaheguru Ji. So daha means 10. Dese means directions. Tavat means to run, daudda. Ave means to come. Thai means takana, a place, a resting spot. ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ 10 ਦੇਸੇ ਚ ਮਨ ਵਾਸ਼ਨਾ ਚ ਦੌੜਦਾ ਮਨ, ਮੰਦ ਵਾਸ਼ਨਾ ਚ ਦੌੜਦਾ ਮਨ ਵਿਆਪਕ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜੀ ਚ ਲੀਨ ਹੋਣ ਰੂਪ ਟਿਕਾਣੇ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ, by which this mind running in all 10 directions with bad thoughts comes to rest within Vaheguru Ji. So 10 direction, north, south, east, west. So north, east, southeast, southwest, northwest, up and down, like the 10 directions. So Bhagji writes them here in Punjabi. Uttar, Dakhan, Purv, Pacham. Uttar, Purv, Vichale, Isan Kon. Purv, Dakhan, Mad, Agni Kon. Dakhan, Pacham, Mad, Nairati Kon. Pacham, Uttar, Mad, Vayavi Kon. Zameen te Asman, 10 Disha. So these are the 10 directions. So pretty much north, south, east, west. And then the 4 within those, so between north and east, that one, between east and south, that one, between south and west, and between west and north, that direction, and then up and down. Dah dese tavat avathai. These are the 10 directions. So manu prabodh ho har kehnai. Hey Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji, please Maharaj, instruct my mind that this man, that it runs in all 10 directions. That it may come and rest within Naam, through Naam, har kehnai. So it can have rest, it can finally rest. So that's the thing, right? With the man, it's you travel through the man, right? If we close our eyes right now and we say, if I say something like Harmandir Sahib, Sri Darbar Sahib, right now it comes into your vision. Let's do a little experiment, just so we understand the way this man works. So if we can all close our eyes right now.
And if you've never been to Darbar Sahib, that's cool. We'll use Darbar Sahib as this activity. Um, but you can picture it as well. Like you've seen Darbar Sahib online and stuff, right? If you've never physically been there. If you've physically been there, then you can do this in a very different way as well. So if we could close our eyes just for like 30 seconds. Just repeat after me. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Now I want you to picture that you are in front of Darbar Sahib standing there. Now I want you to picture yourself walking the parkarma of Sri Darbar Sahib Ji. Now I want you to hear the kirtan that's going on there. Listen to what shabd is ringing in your ears, if any. Walk the parkarma. And now let's come in front of Sri Darbar Sahib and let's walk the aisle. There's no one there, there's you. Come inside Sri Darbar Sahib. Matha take to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Maharaj. There's Kirtan going on. Chaur Sahib going on. Open your eyes. You're back to where you are now. So that is an example of you telling your man what to do. You controlled your man. You told it to where it to go. I want you to go here. I want you to do this. You controlled it. For most of the day, the man controls us. That's man mata. The mata, the instruction of the man is what's running us. So we have no control. And most of the day, we are either in historic episodes, which is depressive episodes, or we are in futuristic episodes yet to be, and anxiety-provoking episodes. The point of Gurmat, one of the things Gurmat teaches us is to stay present, not only to stay present, but to stay present within Shabad. And if I were to move away from even Gurmat a little bit right now, just from a therapeutics perspective, to stay present in the activity that you're doing. So if you are writing a paper on whatever topic you may be in school for, or if you are at work doing your particular job, you are absorbed in that job, that your mind isn't running in the future and your mind isn't running in the past. You are absorbed in your task. That is mindfulness. That is a practice of mindfulness, say from a secular level, from a non-religious perspective. Now, some theories, the Eastern philosophies of, say, like, Buddhism or some Sanatana mats, they will tell you to put your attention in your breath while you're doing your task. Gurmata says, put your attention in mantra. Haath paon kar kaam sab, cheet niranjan naad. Your heart is given to Shabad. Tika, you need to bring your concentration to your particular job. You could do that. But once it's not needed, it's gone back to the Shabd. And eventually, practitioners of this mata get to a point where they start, with Anhad Shabd. And a lot, Mahapurushas can speak on that. The Bhagavajis of the world can talk about that. But Gurmat is the ability to focus on Shabd in the present moment when you want it. So you're controlling your own mind right now. Guru Sahib Ji is instructing your mind through Shabd. That is one of the ways of Gurmat. So, mano par bodho, har kennae, with naam, ਉੱਠਦਿਆਂ ਬਹਿੰਦਿਆਂ ਖਾਂਦਿਆਂ ਪੀਂਦਿਆਂ ਸੌਂਦਿਆਂ ਜਾਗਦਿਆਂ ਦਹਦੇ ਸੇ ਤਾਵਤ ਆਵੇ ਠਾਏ. This man that doesn't ask our permission to go anywhere, it does what it wants to do, it runs in all 10 directions. Aave thai, Maharaj, please parbodo, please instruct this man through Naam that it may come and rest. It's been running for multiple lifetimes. And we are in this particular body, whatever your name is in this particular time that your Atma is living in this particular body that you're living in right now. It's been running in this particular body for a long time. And it's been developing karmic action. It's been developing karma, good, bad, whatever karma it is. Maharaj, please, parbodo, that it may ave thai, har kennae, the one that's gone in dahadese, tavat, the one that runs. And it needs to, Maharaj, please let it come, let it ave thai, let it come and rest. Takane said, let it have a place of rest. Har kennae, through now. Tako bigno na laga koe. So, once instruction starts to happen, and once again, this is a path of Sahib. This is not like you're gonna take a course for 8 weeks and and you're gonna become a master at this. These are gifts. This is a path of gift. The Maharaj gifts. And the practice is something Maharaj gifts as well. And through that practice, and sometimes through maybe not even that practice, just Maharaj Daya, these things take place. Tako bigano na laga koi. That person, this ko nu tu, bigano obstacle, na nahi, laga affects, touches, lagda. Koi, any. So the obstacles of har kennae coming into the man, where the man ave thai, the tavat man ave thai, uthe bigano na laga koi. There is no biggan, there is no obstacle. These obstacles begin to erase, these obstacles evaporate. And on a spectrum, Sahaj pake so meetha hoy. A holy, 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 holy. A rahet jai vikara. It slowly you keep at it, keep inching at it, keep inching at it, and eventually it comes. So tako bigano na laga koi. Who are we talking about? Jaka hriday basa hare soy. Jaka, jisde, in whose hriday heart basa resides. Hare Gurbani ji, soy praise, the praise of Gurbani ji. And how does this happen? What did Guru Panjve Pasha do first? He did ardas to Chauthe Pasha ji. Hey Maharaj, mano par bodh ho har kennae. So, when Guru Sahib Ji instructs our man with Naam, the soy, the soba of Hare Gurbani Ji, Hriday Basa, comes to reside as well. This is a gift that Chauthe Pasha Ji is giving. This is not developed on our own merit. The path of cutting 84 lakh June is not जोर न सुरती ज्ञान विचार जोर न जुगती छुटा संसार एक जोर दा विशा नहीं. There is no जोर here. Your power is useless here. Sekne Haya Baba Harnam Singh Ji writes, because Maya came to me and he's flowing at this time. And he said, I used all my inner Shakti and I tried to throw it away. I tried to get rid of it. Because I couldn't do it. And he said, I did ardas to Guru Sahib Ji. His Guru Sahib Ji got rid of it. Ta ja ke hriday vasai hare soye. O loving devotees, in whichever heart the praise of Vaheguru Ji resides. Vaheguru Ji does their own job within that sevak. That sevak, because they've been parboded, is that a word? Parboded? Through Har Ke Nai. And their Dahadisitavat is starting to avatai, at times maybe. Tako biganona laga koi. The obstacles they're seeing in a very different light. Maybe they're not seeing them as obstacles anymore. O loving devotees, in whichever heart the praise of Vaheguru Ji resides, Vaheguru Ji does their own job within that sevak. That sevak finds no obstacle in meeting Vaheguru Ji. No obstacle such as vices or flaws. And then the secondary arth of this, that sevak finds no obstacles in worldly conduct as well. Right? ताको बिगन होना लग गया कोई बिगन नहीं लगता संसारी बिगन भी कह दो. But the bigan in terms of meeting Vaheguru Ji, Jaka hriday vasai hare soye. So Maharaj puts this praise within us. Ape japyo apna japo. Vaheguru Ji does their own job within that sevak. ठीक है वडियाई सिख नूं मिल जाती है. Maharaj gives the vadiai, gives the honor to the Sikh. But the kid is always Maharaj's. The Gyani Mohan Singh Jis of the world, the Baba Nand Singh Jis of the world, they get the praise. They are the Mahapurushas. But within them, it's Vaheguru Ji doing their own job. They're just a vessel. They've taken out that body and then they're gone. They've taken on a sargon form. They come, parupakari aaye, tere jan parupakari aaye, ji adan de bhakti line, har se lain milaye, and then they leave. Like if you ask Bhagaji, he says he's coming back. He says he's coming back to do seva. If you ask Jawar Singh, he says he's coming back. He wants to do Kirtan Darbar Sahib. So he's coming back to do Kirtan. These guys come. They do their seva. They're in the army of Guru Sahib Ji. They do the work of Guru Sahib Ji. They help people like us. And then they leave. And then they come back if they want to again. They are free agents. Bhagat Kabir Sahib Ji says, why would I leave such a dwar where I could go and come as I please? So, O loving devotees, in whichever heart the praise of Vaheguru Ji resides, Vaheguru Ji does their own job within that sevak. That sevak finds no obstacles in meeting Vaheguru Ji. Hey Premi Jiyo, Gurbani Gur Shabd Ji Nirankar Swaroop. ਸੋਭਾ ਅਜਪਾ ਜਾਪ ਸਹਿਤ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਵਸਦੇ ਹਨ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਾਪ ਆਪ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਜਾਲ ਥਲ ਮਾਹੇ ਆਪੇ ਆਪ ਆਪੈ ਜਪੋ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਾਪ ਤਿਸ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਜੀ ਕੋ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਚ ਮਿਲਣ ਚ ਔਗਣਾ ਦੋਸ਼ਾਂ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਵਿਘਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਸੰਸਾਰੀ ਵਿਵਹਾਰ ਦੀ ਸਿੱਧੀ ਚ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਵਿਘਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵਿਗਨ ਵਿਨਾਸ਼ਨ ਸਭ ਦੁਖ ਦਾਸਨ ਗੁਰ ਚਰਣੀ ਮਨੋ ਲਾਗਾ। ਸੋ ਮਨ ਪ੍ਰਬੋਧ ਹੋ ਹਰ ਕਹਿ ਨਾਏ। हे महाराज, हे गुरु रामदास है महाराज जी, प्लीज महाराज ਇਸ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ, ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਬੁੱਧ ਹੋ, ਇੰਸਟਰਕਟ ਮੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ that this ਦਹ ਦਿਸ ਧਾਵ ਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਠਾਏ। ਇਹ ਦੌੜਦਾ ਮਨ ਟਿਕਾਣੇ ਸਿਰ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਸੇ ਹਰੇ ਸੋਏ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੋਏ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸ ਜਾਵੇ, ਤਾਂ ਕੋ ਵਿਘਨ ਨਾ ਲਾਗੇ ਕੋਏ। ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਘਨ ਆ, the ones that make us run in 10 directions, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ may these stop। ਕਾਲੇ ਤਾਤੀ ਠੰਡਾ ਹਰੇ ਨਾਉ। And Maharaj gives us the jugti of what to do with this and what happens when we do this. Kale tati, kale meaning kaljug, tati meaning tatta, hot, thanda meaning cool, thanda, hare meaning Vahiguruji, now meaning Naam. Oh loving Sikh, in this dark age of Kaljug, the world is burning with hatred, with anger, with lust, with flaws. Guru Parameswar Ji's Naam is what cools it down. Hey Premi Sikh Ji, ਕਲਯੁਗੀ ਸ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਵੈਰ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਕਾਮ ਔਗਣਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੱਤੀ ਅੱਗ ਸਮਾਨ ਆ। ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਠੰਡਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਬਖਸ਼ੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨਾਮ ਜੀ ਹਨ। ਆਤਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਖੁਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਖੁਦਾਇਆ। ਦੁਨੀਆ is burning and ਨਾਮ of ਖੁਦਾ is cooling it, is what cools it. ਕਾਲੇ ਤਾਤੀ ਠੰਡਾ ਹਰੇ ਨਾਮ। ਕਾਲਯੁਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਤੱਤੀ ਅੱਗ ਨੂੰ ਠੰਡਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਮਨ ਪ੍ਰਬੋਧ ਹੋ ਹਰ ਕਹਿ ਨਾਏ is ਹਰੇ ਨਾਮ। This is what they say avat thai, the thing that runs in the man that runs in 10 directions without us wanting it to run. It comes into control. Tako ਵਿਘਨ ਨਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਕੋਈ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਸੇ ਹਰੇ ਸੋਏ। ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰੀ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੋਭਾ ਜਿਸ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸ ਜਾਵੇ, ਤਾਂ ਕੋ ਵਿਘਨ ਨਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਕੋਈ। ਉੱਥੇ ਵਿਘਨ, the one that takes us in all these 10 directions, it stops. Kale tati, and the vighn in the malap of Guru Sahib Ji stops. The one that makes us stop meeting Vaheguru Ji stops, because Maharaj is Prabodho, is gonna instruct our mind. Kale tati thanda hare now. And what do we do with this in Kaljog? Avakalwaye ore ek naam bovo simare simare sada sukh pao. So simar means to remember, yaad karo, sada hamesha, sukh always, sada always sukh nu pao, attain, achieve sukh, gain internal sukh by repeating Vaheguru, Vaheguru with your man, being present over and over again with your mind, with your tongue, and each part of your body. So this dah dese tavat ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਮਨ ਆ, ਇਹ ਦੌੜਦਾ। So when we're repeating Vaheguru with our tongue, if the mind's running away, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਆਜਾ ਮਿੱਤਰਾ, ਆਜਾ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ and ਸੁਣ, ਨਾਮ ਸੁਣ। Because ਇਹਦੀ ਕਲਿਆਣ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਕਲਿਆਣ ਆ, ਇਹ ਨਾਮ ਚੋਂ ਹੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਆ। ਨਾਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਕਲਿਆਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ। ਨਾਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਇਹ ਠਾਓ ਟਿਕਾਣੇ ਸਿਰ ਆਵੇ ਠਾਏ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਸਕਦਾ। ਇਹ ਨਾਮ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਹੀ ਆਊਗਾ। There is no other ਜੁਗਤੀ। ਹਰੇ ਅਬ ਖਦੋ ਲਾਏ। ਇਹ ਦਵਾਈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਲਾਉਣੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਆ। ਇਹ ਭਾਵੇਂ we do it now or we do it in 1,000 years, like this is, we have to walk this path. This is the path. The path of Naam is the path. Simare simare sada sukh pao. Gain eternal sukh by repeating Vaheguru over and over again with your mind, with your tongue, and each pore of your body. Bhai suno inu. Suno, naam nu suno. Rasana na japo, kanna na suno, akha na dekho. Put your indriya towards it so they get drenched with it. And then you could even close your eyes and listen to it internally, because your mind is present. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਰਸਨਾ ਨਾ ਜਪ ਲਓ, ਜਪੋ. Once it starts actually listening, maybe paying attention a little bit, maybe you can go quiet and listen to it internally. And then the states of the Mahapurushas, they're listening from a very different perspective, from a ajap perspective. while they're even talking, while they're, all the time it's on for them. Pao bin se puran hoy aas. So Pao, fear, bin se destroyed, naas. Pao, fear, bin se destroyed, naas. Puran fulfilled, hoy become aas, desire. So these two will do together. So Pao bin se जाऊगा, नाश हो जाऊगा. Puran. So Puran as in it'll be fulfilled, but Puran it puri ho jaogi. Your aas will be gone. Aas hi muk jaogi. Aas will die off. Puran from that perspective as well. Beautiful Arthapagji does here. Hoy become aas desire. Bhagate pai. Bhagate devotion. Bhagati. Pai. Prema. Loving. Prema bhagati. This is our path. Atam soul. Brahmaji. Pargas illumination chana. So in English, oh beloved, by practicing loving devotion, you will become illuminated with Vaheguruji inside and outside. So Marada Prakash, Bhagate Pai, by doing Prema Bhakti, Atam Prakash, Prakash ho juga. By practicing loving devotion, Prema Bhakti, you will become illuminated with Vaheguruji, Andar Bar, inside and out, outside. Fear will be destroyed. Pao Binaseh. And Puran Hoyas, your desires according to Gurmat, the desire to meet Vaheguruji will be fulfilled. ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਇਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਿੱਖ ਲਵਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਥਾ ਕਰ ਲਵਾਂ ਬਈ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ help me progress to these spiritual places, these, the people have, according to Gurmat, the people have a lot of desires, amazing desires, beautiful desires. And then here, desire of Nam, the desire to see Vaheguruji will be fulfilled. And one of my favorite styles of translation is this. Bhagavad wrote this: the countless desires themselves will die off. This Vairagi Tyagi style of practice. All desire, you know what? I'll just finish the desires. The desires themselves will die off. Puran hoyas, aas hi puri ho jaogi, muk jaogi. Puran ho jaogi, muk jaogi, it'll die, like it's done. Aas is done. There's nothing left. No desire left. Just abhyas, just the practice. ठीक है जी. Bhagate pai atam pargas. So Pao binaseh, Puran hoyas, your aas according to Gurmat will be fulfilled, or your aas will die off, and your fear will go away. Bhagate pai atam pargas, by doing Bhagate pai prema bhakti, you will have thirty atma prakash ho juga, inside and outside of you. So this all starts by doing Ardas Manu Parbuddha ho. Panjve Pashi doing Ardas to Chauthe Pasha ji. Har Kennae Maharaj ਨਾਮ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਦਵੋ. ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦਾਹ ਦੇ ਸੇ ਧਾਵਤ ਦਾਹ ਦੇ ਸੰ ਦੌੜਦਾ ਦੌੜਦਾ ਆਵੇ ਠਾਏ ਟਿਕਾਣੇ ਸੇ ਰਾਜਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਕੋ ਵਿਗੜ ਨਾ ਲਾਗੇ ਕੋਈ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਵਸੇ ਹਰਿ ਸੋਇ. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੋਭਾ ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਵਸ ਜਵੇ ਵਸੀ ਵਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਵਿਗਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ there's no vigan in meeting you, there's no vigan in worldly places. Your perspective shifts. Obstacles aren't seen as obstacles anymore. Kale tati thanda hare now. In Kali Yuga, ਇਹ ਨਾਮ ਹੀ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਾਮ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਲੋਭ ਮੋਹ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਠੰਡ ਪਾਉਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਆ, ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਆ. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਓ. That eternal sukh that we've been longing for from this 84 lakh June we've been running around and in these bodies that we're running in right now, and the month that keeps running is still not stopping. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਓ. ਭਉ ਬਿਨ ਸਹਿ ਪੂਰਨ ਹੋਏ ਆਸ. Fear will go away, aas will be fulfilled, or aas will die off. Prema bhakti, bhagate pai, atam pargas, be illuminated inside and outside. Teto kare jai basai avinasi. That ते तो घरे house, then Nirgun Brahm ji jai to go, jaga ch basai to reside, avinasi, indestructible, nas to rahat. So next two lines we'll do together. Te to घरे jai basai avinasi, kaho nanak, kati jam fasi, kaho says nanak, kati to cut, jam messenger of death, fasi the noose. So te to ਘਰੇ ਜਾਏ, that ਤਿਸ ਘਰੇ Nirgun Brahm ji, Bhagji Street, Nirgun Brahm ji, but ਘਰੇ meaning house, kind of eventually we're going to go there, Prakash Sarup, ਜਾਏ to go, ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਚ ਬਸੈ reside ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹਨ, ਅਬਿਨਾਸੀ indestructible, ਨਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਤ, ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ, says ਨਾਨਕ, ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ, ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪੰਜਵਾਂ ਜੀ, ਕਾਟੀ severed, ਕੱਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ, to cut, jam a messenger of death, fasi noose. Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj is stating, devotees reside within the indestructible Vaheguru Ji, and the indestructible Vaheguru Ji resides within loving devotees. So ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਆਪਣੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀਆਂ ਚ ਵਸਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਜਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਚ ਵਸਦੇ ਨੇ। ਨਾਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰਮੁਖਾਂ ਚ ਵਸਦਾ, ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਨਾਮ ਚ ਵਸਦੇ ਨੇ। Guru Sahib Ji has cut their noose of death because Vaheguru Ji resides within the devotees themselves. ਪੰਜਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤਿਸ ਨਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਤ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਚ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਜੀ ਭਗਤੇ ਭਾਇ ਆਤਮ ਪ੍ਰਗਾਸ ਸਹਿਤ, with prema ਭਗਤੀ and ਚਾਨਣ inside and outside ਸਹਿਤ ਵਸਦੇ ਹਨ। ਸੋ ਤਿਸ ਨਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਤ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਚ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਜੀ ਭਗਤੇ ਭਾਏ ਆਤਮ ਪ੍ਰਗਾਸ ਸਹਿਤ ਵਸਦੇ ਹਨ। This, and then va, secondary artha, we just put it together in one in the English, but pretty much same thing. This premi ji de hride jagah ਚ ਅਬਿਨਾਸੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਵਸਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇੰਟਰਚੇਂਜੇਬਲ, ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚ ਵਸਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚ ਵਸਦੇ ਨੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਸਣੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਜਮ ਦੀ ਫਾਹੀ ਕੱਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਕਾਟੀ ਜਮ ਫਾਸੀ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਅਬਿਨਾਸੀ, ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਉਤੇ ਆਏ, ਅਬਿਨਾਸੀ ਸੁਖ ਆਪਨ ਆਸਨ, ਤਹ ਜਨਮ ਮਰਨ ਕਹੋ ਕਹਾ ਬਿਨਾਸਨ, ਦੀ ਪਰਮ ਉੱਚੀ ਸੁੱਚੀ ਅਵਸਥਾ ਬਖਸ਼ ਦਿੱਤੀ। So Maharaj, Guru Sahib Ji themselves, they have cut the noose of death because Vaheguru Ji resides within the devotees themselves. The devotees reside within in the indestructible Vaheguru Ji, and the indestructible Vaheguru Ji resides within the loving devotees. And Guru Sahib Ji has cut their noose of death because Vaheguru Ji resides within those devotees themselves. Starts with the Ardas, Manu Parbodh ho har ken nai, ਦਹ ਦੇ ਸਿਤਾਵਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਠਾਏ। ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦਸਾਂ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੌੜਦਾ ਟਿਕਾਣੇ ਸਿਰ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ, ਤਾਂ ਕੋ ਵਿਘਨ ਨਾ ਲਾਗੇ ਕੋਏ, ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਬਸ ਹੈ ਹਰਿ ਸੋਏ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸੁਭਾ ਵਸ ਜਾਵੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਵਿਘਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਾ, ਕੋਈ ਵਿਘਨ in terms of worldly, ਕੋਈ ਵਿਘਨ obstacle in terms of the ਮਿਲਾਪ with ਮਹਾਰਾਜ। ਕਾਲੇ ਤਾਤੀ ਠੰਡ ਹਰੇ ਨਾਮ, ਕਲਯੁਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾਮ ਹੀ ਠੰਡ ਪਾਉਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਆ ਭਾਈ। ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਓ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰਨਾ ਕਰੋ। And this is how you will get sada sukha pao, always eternal sukha. Pao vinsa, fear will go away, 7 types of fear, all types of fear. Puran hoy as, your as according to Gurmat will be fulfilled, but then your as eventually will finish. It'll die. Bhagate pae karhe bhagat atam keh chaye, bhagate pae atam pargas, prema bhakti kardeyan atam pargas, inside and outside ਚਾਨਣ, ਤੇ ਤੋਂ ਘਰੇ ਜਾਏ ਬਸਿਆ ਅਬਿਨਾਸੀ। ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਜੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਦੇ ਵਸਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਜੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਜੀ ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਕਾਟੀ ਜਮ ਫਾਸੀ। ਐਂਡ ਗੁਰੂ ਚੌਥੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕੀਤੀ, ਦੇ cut the noose of death of their devotees because Vaheguru Ji has come illuminated within them and reside within them. And this Manupur Bodho har kenna hai, it all happens with the Ardas of Manupur Bodho har kenna hai, Mara Kirpa Kan. So yes, this was the third party. Till next week, if you guys If you like saying anything, any comments, questions, feel free. I'll stop the recording now. And ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸੱਚੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸੱਚੋ ਸਲੋਕੋ ਸਾਥ ਨ ਚਾਲੈ ਬਿਨ ਭਜਨ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਸਗਲੀ ਛਾਰੋ ਹਰਿ ਹਰਿ ਨਾਮ ਕਮਾਵਨਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਇਹ ਤਨ ਸਾਰੋ ਅਸਟਪਦੀ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਮਿਲ ਕਰਹੁ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ ਏਕੋ ਸਿਮਰ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰੋ ਆਵਰਿ ਉਪਾਵ ਸਭ ਮੀਤ ਵਿਸਾਰਹੁ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਰਿਦ ਮਹਿ ਉਰ ਧਾਰਹੁ ਕਰਨ ਕਾਰਨ ਸੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੁ ਸਮਰਾਥੋ ਦ੍ਰਿੜੋ ਕਾਰੇ ਗਹੋ ਨਾਮ ਹਰਿ ਵਾਥੋ ਇਹੋ ਤਨੋ ਸੰਚ ਹੋ ਭਗਵੰਤ ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਕਾ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਮੰਤ ਏਕ ਆਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਮਨ ਮਾਹੇ ਸਰਬ ਰੋਗ ਨਾਨਕ ਮਿਟ ਜਾਹੇ ਜੈਸੋ ਧਨ ਕੋ ਚਾਰੇ ਕੁੰਟ ਉਠੇ ਧਾਵਹਿ ਸੋ ਧਨੋ ਹਰਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਵਹਿ ਜੈਸੋ ਸੁਖ ਕੋ ਨਿਤ ਬਾਛਹਿ ਮੀਤ ਸੋ ਸੁਖ ਸਾਧੂ ਸੰਗੇ ਪਰੀਤੇ ਜੈਸੋ ਸੋਭਾ ਕੋ ਕਰਹਿ ਭਲੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਸਾ ਸੋਭਾ ਪਾਜੋ ਹਰ ਕੀ ਸਰਨੀ ਅਨੇਕ ਉਪਾਵੀ ਰੋਗ ਨ ਜਾਏ ਰੋਗ ਮਿਟੈ ਹਰਿ ਅਬ ਖਾਦੋ ਲਾਏ ਸਰਬ ਨਿਦਾਨ ਮਹਿ ਹਰਿ ਨਾਮ ਨਿਦਾਨੋ ਜਪੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਦਰਗਹਿ ਪਰਵਾਨੋ ਮਨ ਪ੍ਰਬੋਧ ਹੋ ਹਰ ਕਹਿ ਨਾਏ ਦਹ ਦੇਸੇ ਧਾਵਤ ਆਵੈ ਠਾਏ ਤਾਗੋ ਬਿਗਨ ਨ ਲਾਗੈ ਕੋਈ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਬਸੈ ਹਰਿ ਸੋਏ ਗਲ ਤਾਤੀ ਠਾਂਡਾ ਹਰਿ ਨਾਉ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਉ ਭਉ ਬਿਨ ਸੈ ਪੂਰਨ ਹੋਏ ਆਸ ਭਗਤੇ ਪਾਏ ਆਤਮ ਪਰਗਾਸ ਤੇ ਤੋ ਘਰ ਜਾਏ ਬਸੈ ਅਬਿਨਾਸੀ ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਕਾਟੀ ਜਮ ਫਾਸੀ ਤਤੋ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ ਠਰੇ ਤਤੋ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ ਕਹੈ ਜਾਨੋ ਸਾਚਾ ਜਨਮੇ ਮਰੈ ਸੋ ਕਾਚੋ ਕਾਚਾ ਆਵਾ ਗਵਨੋ ਮਿਟੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸੇਵ ਆਪ ਤਿਆਗ ਸਰਨ ਗੁਰ ਦੇਵ ਇਉ ਰਤਨ ਜਨਮ ਕਾ ਹੋਏ ਉਧਾਰੋ ਹਰਿ ਹਰਿ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਨ ਆਧਾਰੋ ਅਨੇਕ ਉਪਾਵ ਨ ਛੂਟਨ ਹਾਰੇ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਸਾਸਤ ਭੇਦ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਹਰੇ ਕੀ ਭਗਤ ਕਰਹੁ ਮਨ ਲਾਏ ਮਨ ਬੰਛਤ ਨਾਨਕ ਫਲ ਪਾਏ ਹਰ ਕੀ ਭਗਤ ਕਰਹੁ ਮਨ ਲਾਏ ਮਨ ਬੰਛਤ ਨਾਨਕ ਫਲ ਪਾਏ reviewing last week ਮਨ ਪ੍ਰਬੁੱਧ ਹੋ ਹਰ ਕਹਿ ਨਾਏ ਇਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji doing Ardas to Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji mere manu prabodho instruct my mind har kehnae with the wisdom of Naam, with the gyan of Naam, with Naam. Dahad sitavat ave thai this running mind, the one that runs in 10 directions, it takane se rajve, let it come to rest. Tako bigan ono laga koi, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਬਿਗਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਵਸੈ ਹਾਰੇ ਸੋਏ so there's no bigan in meeting ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ and there's no obstacle, there's no flaws, there's no vices that the Sevak doesn't experience this. Wherever Vaheguru Ji resides, in whichever heart Vaheguru Ji resides. Because Vaheguru Ji starts doing their own job within that body, and then that Sevak starts to flow. And then this Artha Tako Biganono Laga Koi is for a worldly context as well. ਕਾਲੇ ਤਾਤੀ ਠੰਡਾ ਹਰਿਨਾਉ ਕਾਲ ਯੁਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਠੰਡਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੀ ਆ ਸੋ ਇਨ ਦਿਸ ਕਲਯੁਗੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ that's burning with ਕਾਮ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਲੋਭ ਮੋਹ ਹੰਕਾਰ in this age of ਕਲਯੁਗ ਠੰਡਾ ਹਰਿਨਾਉ ਨਾਮ ਹੀ ਆ ਠੰਡਾ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਿਮਰੇ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਉ ਦਾ eternal ਸੁਖ that we look for ਇਹਨੂੰ ਨਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਜਪ ਜਪ ਕੇ ਬਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਜਪੀਏ ਜਪ ਕੇ ਤਾਂ obtain that eternal ਸੁੱਖ ਭਾਉ ਬਿਨ ਸਹਿ ਪੂਰਨ ਹੋਏ ਆਸ ਸੋ ਭਗਤ ਪਾਏ ਆਤਮ ਪ੍ਰਗਾਸ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਕਰਦਿਆਂ within you and outside of you ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ like ਬਾਬਾ ਹਰਨਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਰਾਮਪੁਰ ਖੇੜਾ and then the fear
will be destroyed. And according to Gurmat, your desires will be fulfilled. Your desire to see Vaheguru Ji as well. Another beautiful artha that Bhagaji did here was um, Puran hoye aas. The aas itself will become Puran, it will die off. So there will be no more desires left. And we go and we come according to desire, right? Like we're born according to desires as well. So teto kare jai basai abinasi kaho nanak kati jam fasi. Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji stating that Vaheguru Ji is within Mahapurushas and Mahapurushas are within Vaheguru Ji. So devotees reside within Vaheguru Ji and Vaheguru Ji resides within devotees. And Guru Sahib Ji, because Akal Purkh Ji is residing within these devotees and they're doing their own job, ਉੱਥੇ ਧੁੰਨ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਆ, Guru Sahib Ji cuts their noose of death. So ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਉਣ ਜਾਣ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੇੜ ਆ, that erases, and they could go and they come as they please, right? But katti jam fasi, jama di fasi ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੱਟੀ ਗਈ. They're come like free agents. So today we'll start here. Tatto bicharo. Kahe, ka mota ka hai nahi hai. Kahe jano sacha. Tatto. Tat means essence. Siddhant, the essence of something. Vicharo. Vichar means vichar karni, to contemplate. Kahe says, ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ, ਜਾਨੋ devotees Guru Parmeshwar Mahalla Chautha ji. So Bhagaji ji, for Jano, right straight Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji. Sacha meaning sache, true. So this arth here meaning the true Guru, Sacha, Jano. The true Guru, Sri Guru Ramdas Sahib Ji, is speaking about the essence, the tattva vicharo of the oneness of Nirgun and Sargun through Prema Bhakti, through devotional worship. So Guru Sahib Ji is about to speak tattva vicharo, kahe jano sacha. The Jan, Guru Ramdas Sahib Maharaj Ji is about to speak about the essence of Nirgun and Sargun through Prema Bhakti. So Tano Janavaya, Jesu Prasad Sabo Jagat Utaraya, Sache Guru Parmeshwar Mahalla Chautha Ji, Bhav Bhakti Sahit Nirgun Sargun Ji di Ekta da Siddhant Brahm Vicharo, Sarvat de Pale Hit Framaunde Han. So Maharaj is about to speak about Brahm Gyan, about the essence, about the oneness of Nirgun and Sargun through Bhav Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. And then Maharaj expands on this part, with the body here now. So, Tattva Vicharo, the Vichar, the Brahm Vichar, the Vichar of Nirgun and Sargun being one, the Vichar of understanding that concept through Prema Bhakti and being imbued within that concept. So the Sache Guru, the Jano Sacha, Kaha, is speaking about it. So then Guru Sahib Ji goes on to say, Janame Mara so Kacho Kacha. Janame means taking birth, Jamada. Mara dies, Marta. So we're talking about that person. So that so can be Oho, that, him, her. Kacho kacha. Kache to pi kacha. So maybe this, I don't know, maybe it'll be easier to understand if these two were together, but if kind of breaking it up, kacho meaning is a comparative form implying someone or something that is even weaker or more immature or more unripe or more fragile or more weaker. So it's more unripe, more fragile. Kacho and then kacha. Kacha meaning unripe. kacha refers to something that is not fully developed. And so this can apply to both physical, like the fruit is kacha, like the papaya is unripe, the papaya is kacha. But this can apply to spiritual context as well. Like, and this is the way Guru Sahib Ji is utilizing this, as in kacho kacha. The person that takes birth and dies, they're kacho kacha. They're weaker than the weak. They're not ready yet. They're not there yet. So kacha meaning kacha. So kacho kacha, weaker than weak, or really unripe, we can say. So in English, let's do it in English. Maybe it'll be easier to understand, and then we'll go to Punjabi. So, O loving devotees, hey premio, the one who is born and dies is more fragile than the weakest because they're in the cycle. So due to being enslaved to sensory pleasures, so ਇੰਦਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਅਧੀਨ ਹੋ ਕੇ, so we are adeen, we are enslaved to the vishay of our indri, to the desires, to the pleasures of our senses. So that the person, due to being enslaved to sensory pleasures, the person suffers disease, hardships, attachments, intoxicants, gambling, sins, and the cycle of birth and death. So one is born according to their desires. So this whole cycle of having senses and then indulging in the senses away from Nam is what leads to karmic action, what leads to papon, what leads to the cycle of birth and death. And it's the taking away of these pleasures and putting the indri into Shabad, into Guru, our Guru, into Gurbani, that we come back to our essence. We come back to Tattva Vicharo. So, Punjabi ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀਓ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੰਮਦਾ ਮਰਦਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਕੱਚੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੱਚਾ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂ ਜੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿਛੋੜੇ 'ਚ ਹਰ ਜਨਮ 'ਚ ਇੰਦਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਅਧੀਨ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਜੰਮਣ ਮਰਨ ਰੋਗਾਂ ਕਲੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਸ਼ਟ ਹੀ ਕਸ਼ਟ ਭੋਗਦਾ ਆ। ਮੋਹ ਮਾਇਆ ਚੋਰੀਆਂ ਨਸ਼ਿਆਂ ਜੂਏ ਘੋਰ ਪਾਪਾਂ 'ਚ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ। So the person gets caught up within all this. That's why Guru Sahib Ji says that person is kacho kacha. Oh, kachiyan to bhi kacha hai. Because they're still suffering the cycle of birth and death. They don't go and they come as they please. And the reason behind that is because they're enslaved to their sensory pleasures. They're enslaved to their eyes. They're enslaved to their ears. They're enslaved to the taste of the tongue. And then these obviously affect the heart, the emotional strings, and we may, fall into attachments, and we may fall into lust and anger and all these types of things. And then the heart sort of, it goes astray. Whereas it's supposed to sankoch all that and come back to Shabad. Yeah, try to plug your battery in, see if that works. No worries. Gur Prasad. ठीक है जी. So, very important information here. Whereas in Tattva Vicharo Kahe Jano Sacha, the Sache Guru is about to give the essence of Nirguna and Sarguna through Prema Bhakti. So Maharaj is about to do the Vichar of Tattva, of the essence of Nirguna and Sarguna. And then Janame Mara, so Kacho Kacha, the one who takes birth and dies over and again is Kachiya to be Kacha because they're adeen of their sensory pleasures. Right? They're adeen of their indri. They have not won over their indri. They have not controlled their indri controlled them. This is where the problem is. Because of this problem, जमे जमे मरै मरै फिर जमे बहुत सजाए पया दे से लम्मे बहुत चर लग जाता and people die over and over and take birth over and over. So ava gavano mitae prab save. Maharaj gives us a solution to all this, to controlling the indre, to stopping the janame marai so kacho kacha, to get away from this. So ava coming, ona birth, governor going jana, mita is erased, mit janda, prab vaheguru ji, and so samratha malak anant brahmand de करते सच्चे गुरु परमेश्वर जी, save meaning seva. ठीक है जी. आवा गवनो मिटे प्रभ सेव. So this is erased. The ava gavano, the coming and the going is erased through save. This is what we're understanding right now just by looking at this. And we'll see what Bhagaji says, how he expands on this, his artha, his understanding of this. So apo tyage sarane Gurudev, apo, the sense of self, the hankar, tyage, inu shaddo, renounce it. So renounce the sense of self. So in a way, like, don't let the indra kind of control you. Don't let the eyes, the gaze of the eyes go where it wants to go. Start controlling it. Like, get rid of this, all start coming into control. So renounce the ego. Tyage, renounce. Sarane, sanctuary, Sharane, Gurdev. Gurdev, here, the fatherly guru, Dev meaning Dev, Devta, Dev meaning father, Gur meaning guru, the fatherly guru, the divine guru, we can say. But when I think of Gurdev, I see Panye Pasha ji standing in front of Chauthe Pasha ji, because that was like his father as well, right? So Gurdev from that perspective. So Gurdev Mata, Gurdev Pita, Gurdev Swami Parameswara. So this is a question and an answer. So this is written as, "Oh Guru Sahib Ji, hey Maharaj, how can the cycle of my birth and death be erased?" And then Guru Sahib Ji answers that question. So if a Sikh asks this question, and then Guru Sahib Ji answers. Renounce ego and fall in the sanctuary of Gurudev Ji, of your Guru. So renounce ego and fall in the sharan of Guru Sahib Ji. Doing seva while being in Guru Sahib Ji's sanctuary erases being born according to desires and dying due to death. So the coming according to desires, Barney talks about this, and if you desire many kids and this is that, you might be born as a pig. If the last thoughts that you have while you die and your thoughts are in wealth, ऐसी चिंता में जन मरा प्रेत जोन होए वाले उतरा, you come back as a pret, as a ghost, and so all this type of stuff. So coming according to your desires. So being born according to desires and dying due to death. So how do we get rid of this? Doing seva while being in Guru Sahib Ji's shan, in sanctuary, Maharaj's sanctuary. This erases being born according to desires and dying due to death. Because Maharaj erases the desire itself, right? Maharaj gets rid of the desire. And a lot of other stuff happens too. Obviously, Nam comes to reside within us, and Nam sort of starts taking control. And then Nam becomes a pillar of our heart. And then once Nam sort of takes control, the Indre sort of come Adeen, they become enslaved to Nam, you can say. Nam starts to control everything, right? Your Guru, our Guru, starts to control everything within us. So ਦਾਸਨ ਦਾਸ ਦਾ ਜਨਮ ਮਰਨ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਮਿਟੇ? ਸੋ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਅੱਗੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਉੱਤਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਆਵਾ ਗਾਵਨ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਟੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸੇਵ, ਆਪ ਤਿਆਗੇ ਸਾਰਨੇ ਗੁਰਦੇਵ, ਹੰਕਾਰ ਤਿਆਗ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਪੈਣਾ ਕਰ। ਗੁਰਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਪੈ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੇਵਾ, ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਸੰਥਾ ਕਰਾਉਣੀ, ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਿਖਾਉਣਾ. So now Bhagavad Ji is about to list out what's this seva we're talking about. And he lists out many types of seva here. So seva as in ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਸੰਥਾ ਕਰਾਉਣੀ, ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਿਖਾਉਣਾ, ਗਰੀਬ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਗੋਲਕ ਸਮਝ ਕੇ ਦਾਨ ਦੇਣਾ. So helping the needy, teaching Gurbani, teaching Kirtan, learning it yourself and then teaching it ਅਗਾਂਹ ਨੂੰ. ਧਰਮ ਯੁੱਧ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਹੁ ਬੇਟੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਨੀ. So doing ਧਰਮ ਯੁੱਧ for righteous purposes. ਗੁਰੂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ, so by doing this ਸੇਵਾ, ਵਾਸ਼ਨਾ ਦੇ ਅਧੀਨ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਜੰਮ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ. So being enslaved to our sensory pleasures and coming, or ਮੌਤ ਦੇ ਮਾਰਿਆਂ ਮਰ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ, or dying, ਮਿਟ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. This erases. This is how you get rid of coming and going. And so doing this seva, this will do it for you. This is how you stop the cycle of birth and death. So once again, there's a beinti to Guru Sahib Ji. Guru Sahib Ji, how can the cycle of my birth and death be erased? So we're doing beinti to Guru Sahib Ji. And Guru Sahib Ji answers us, renounce ego, fall in the sanctuary of Guru Sahib Ji. Doing seva while being in Guru Sahib Ji sanctuary, meaning learning Santhai ourselves, teaching Santhai, learning translations, teaching translations, learning Kirtan, teaching Kirtan, doing Dharam Yodh if need be, meaning that means having your body physically ready always as well. So all these things, and all this type of seva, people, Garib di Mukh nu Golok, Guru Sahib di Golok Samjhana. So feeding those that are hungry, or clothing those that don't have clothes, doing seva. So doing seva while being in Guru Sahib sanctuary, this erases being born according to desires and dying due to death. ठीक है जी. So tattva vichar kahe jana sacha. Guru Sahib Ji is about to speak on the vichar of nirgun and sargun, the oneness of them through loving devotion. Janame mara so kacho kacha. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੰਮਦਾ ਤੇ ਮਰਦਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਹਜੇ ਕੱਚਾ ਆ. ਆਵਾ ਗਵਨ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਟੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸੇਵ, through seva ਆਵਾ ਗਵਨ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਟਦਾ. ਆਪ ਤੇ ਆਗੇ ਸਰ ਨੇ ਗੁਰਦੇਵ. And renounce your ego, renounce yourself, forget about your ego and fall into the sanctuary of Gurudev and do seva. And while you're doing seva, janama maran jeda, that'll get cut. So eo ratan janama ka. This is the way. Eo, like this. Ratan, jewel. Aida, ratan, meaning ratan, ratan meaning jewel. Janam meaning life. Janam ka da. Hoy happens, hoy udaro, liberation, salvation, chotakara. This is how chotakara happens. This is how liberation occurs. This is the Sikhi method of liberation. This is how our janam and man get cut. Our coming and going get cut. Eo ratan janam ka hoy udaro. Hare Hare Simare, Vaheguru Simare, remember, yad karo. Pran, life, breath, Pran, adaro, the support, the asara of the Pran. So recognize Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji to be the support of your breath, right? You can say Vaheguru Mantra, you can say Gurbani. Here, Bhagavad writes straight, Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji. Recognize your Guru, Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji, to be the support of your breath. Understand that forgetting them is dying. This is the method by which this jewel-like life will be spared from the cycle of birth and death from the messenger of death. So Vismada Japayap Nirgun Brahm Ji de Puran Sache Sargun Guru Avatar ਕੋਟ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੰਡ ਕੋ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਸਰਬ ਜੀਆਂ ਕਾ ਦਾਤਾ ਰੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਲੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਣਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਸਰਾ ਮੰਨ ਕੇ So understand Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji to be the asara of your pran. हर समय रोम रोम करके याद कर, विसरना मरना समझ, आखां जीवां विसरे मर जाओ। एओ रतन वांग अमोलक हीरे दुर्लभ जन्म का, जमा जूना औगणा तो छुटकार हो जाएगा। This is how you will save yourself from jama and juna and augan. This is the key, this is the method. तत्व विचार कह जनो साचा, महाराज सच्ची विचार कर रहे आ। जन्म मरै सो काचो काचा, जेड़ा जमदा मरदा कच्चा आ। आवा गवन मिटै प्रभ सेव, आप त्यागे शरण गुरुदेव। Fall in the sanctuary, Guru Sahib Ji. Your coming and your going will be erased through seva. Eo ratan janm ka hoye udharo, hare hare simre pran adharo. Understand Guru Sahib Ji to be the support of your breath. Remember them. If you forget them, imagine that to be dying. So remember them like that, to that degree, to that extent. And this is the method. Ratan Janam ka huedar, by which your jewel, Ratan like Janam, your jewel like Janam will be spared from the cycle of birth and death, from the messages of death. Anek upav na chutan hare, and Maharaj talks about all these other yatans, like we talked about in the third Astpadi. So anek many upav methods attempt yatan na nahi chutan hare. Chutan hare is one who will be liberated. Chutan vale. So anek upav. So all these upavs, attempts or methods, na chutan hare, will not be liberated through all these other attempts. What's he talking about? Simrit sast ved vichare. So simritiyan, sast, shastras, ved, vedas, vichare, contemplated, analyzed, vichare. So those who tried the many ways of Simritiya, Sastras, Vedas, enduring the heat of 5 fires, staying hungry, will not be spared from pain, chaos, vikar, the cycle of birth and death, without loving devotion of Guru Parmeshwar Ji and their seva. Right? We have to go back to seva and prema bhakti. That is the way, that is the technique, that is the method of Kal Yoga. Ab kalu aayo re, ek naam bovo, that is the method now. So, eo ratan janam ka hoye udharo, aap avagavano mete prabh sev, is through seva. So, अनेक पाव न छूटन हारे सिमरत शास्त्र भेद विचारे, इदा नहीं छुटकारा। सो जिन्हां ने अनगिणत सिमरतियां शास्त्र भेद विचारे, जल धारा, 5 धूणियां तौणियां, भुखे रहना, अनेक हठ यतन कीते, गुरु परमेश्वर जी की प्रेमा भगती सच्ची सेवा तो बिना वो जमा जूना कष्टां कलेशां विकारां तो छुटण वाले नहीं हैं। नौखंड पृथ्वी फिरै चिर जीवै, महा उदास हो तपीसर थीवै, अग्नि माह. This is here, this is Sukhmani said right here. So नौखंड, this is the third Astpadi, I believe. नौखंड पृथ्वी चिर फिरै चिर जीवै, महा उदास हो तपीसर थीवै, अग्नि माहे होमत प्राण, अनेक अश्व हैवर भूमि दान, न्योली कर्म करे बहु आसन, जैन मार्ग संजम अते साधन, निमख निमख करे शरीर कटावे, तो भी होमे मैल न जावे. Even after all this, your ego will not perish, it will not go away. हर के नाम samsare kacho nahe, nanak gurmukhe naam jab gate pahe. Nothing is samsar, nothing is equal to naam. Nanak gurmukhe naam japata, japo pai naam japo gate pahe, obtain your gati, obtain mukti, right? So Naukhand Prithvi, Fira, roaming in the 9 sections of the world, Chirojiva, living for a long time, Mahadas or Tapiswar Thiva, becoming the king of the Tapiswar, Agane Mahe Homata Pran, sitting amongst Tunia, Anek Aswa, Havar, Pumidan, doing the dan of horses and all the golden horses. Neoli Karma, I remember we talked about this. Neoli Karma is like when you suck your stomach in and you roll it side to side. Karabaho Asan, doing the many asanas of the of Yogamata, Jana Mara, going from the margs of from Jainism, Sanjamate sadhan, trying to control yourself through hatha instead of through prema bhakti. Nimkha nimkha kare sareer ko katave, cutting your body into pieces and offering it. Tao bhi home mein mail na jave, phir bhi nahi janti. So ਜੇ ਤੇ ਯਤਨ ਕਰਤ ਤੇ ਡੂਬੇ ਭਵ ਸਾਗਰੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਰਿਓ ਰੇ ਵੇਦ ਕਤੇ ਵਿਖੈ ਹਰਿ ਨਾਹੀ ਜਾਨ ਲੈ ਹੋ ਹਰ ਜਨ ਮਨ ਮਾਹੀ this is not the way ਵੇਦ ਕਤੇ ਵਿਖੈ within this ਹਰਿ ਨਾਹੀ Maharaj is not within that is prema bhakti is naam. So those who tried the many ways of Simriti Shastras Ved, enduring the heat of the five fires, staying hungry, will not be spared from pain, chaos, vikars, the cycle of birth and death, without the loving devotion of Guru Parmeshwar Ji and their seva. इदा ही छुटकारा आया सेवा द्वारा प्रेमा भक्ति द्वारा छुटकारा आया हर की भगत करहो मन लाए. So Hare Vaheguru Mahale Chauथे Ji, Bhagavad Ji right straight here, Mahale Chauਥੇ Ji, Hare meaning Vaheguru Ji, ki the of Bhagate, Bhagati, worship, Prema Bhagati, Karho, do, Karna Karo, Mano, mind, lie. So attach your man. So do it with your man. So when the man does Bhagati, the senses are present, they're not roaming around. When the man does Bhagati, the man isn't thinking of other things. So wherever the man travels, if the man is in Bhakti, the man stays within Bhakti. If the man is listening to Shabda, it stays within Shabda. Once it travels, once it leaves, and then you got to bring it back. And bring it back with love and put it back in Prema Bhakti. So lie, attach, lie, engage fully. So Sundari is saying, I think engage fully. This might be good for Portuguese if we write it this way, to engage fully. Because I know we have a problem usually with like saying attach. So maybe, I don't know, try and see what you think of this, to engage fully, lie. So, har ki bhagate karho mano lie. Mane banchat, mane mind. Banchat, desired. Ichhata. Nanak, Panjve Pasha Ji, follow fruit, buy, receive, or obtain, or buy. So Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj is stating, so this is when we say here like Das practices, this is Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj talking about himself. So Das, or you could, here instead of Das you can write I. This is just a humble way of saying I. Maharaj is calling himself a servant. So this is Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj, a statement from Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj. This is how Bhagavad Ji writes this. So Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Maharaj is stating, Das practices the loving devotion of Guru Ram Das Sahib Ji with all my heart. Manulai, right? Har ki bhagate karho manulai, with all my heart, from which I have received the fulfillment of my desires. Mane banchata, nanak phalapai, I've obtained the fruit of my mind's desires. So, from which I've received the fulfillment of my desires. And here, one of the desires of Guru Sahib Ji, if we're calling it a desire like that, compiling Guru Granth Sahib Ji for the benefit of all, right? So Bhagavad Ji writes this as one of the desires of Guru Sahib Ji. And he goes, Das practices the loving devotion of Guru Ram Das Sahib Ji with all my heart, from which I have received the fulfillment of my desires. And then, so here compiling Guru Granth Sahib Ji for the benefit of all. And then Maharaj Upadesh to us, you should also practice the loving devotion of Vaheguru Guru Sahib Ji and do their seva. So Panjve Pashe फरमाते हैं, वेद पुराण शास्त्र अनेक उपाव हठ साधन करके वाहिगुरु जी की प्राप्ति नहीं है. So through the Veds, through the Puranas, through the Shastras, and through many other attempts, and through doing hot and harsh practices, you cannot obtain Vaheguru Ji. ਇਸ ਲਈ ਦਾਸਨ ਦਾਸ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਮਹੱਲੇ ਚੌਥੇ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਮਨ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਨ ਇੱਛਤ ਮਨ ਭਾਉਂਦੇ ਪਰਉਪਕਾਰ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਜ ਕਰਨ ਰੂਪੀ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸੱਚੇ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ ਰੂਪ ਫਲ ਪਾਏ ਲਏ ਹਨ. ਇਸ ਲਈ हे ਪ੍ਰੇਮੀ ਜਨੋ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਵੀ ਹਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ। ਠੀਕ ਆ ਜੀ। सो तत्व विचार है जनो साचा महाराज is speaking जन्मे मरै सो काचो काचा those who are born and die हजे कच्चे ने आवा गवन मिटै प्रभ सेव this is आप त्यागे शरण गुरुदेव by following renouncing yourself आप त्यागे शरण गुरुदेव following in the sanctuary of Gurudev the आवा गवन the coming and the going मिटै so being in the sanctuary and doing the seva Guru Sahib Ji stops this coming and going यो रतन जन्म का होए उधारो हरे हरे सिमर प्राण आधारो this is by understanding that Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Maharaj Ji is the asra of your pran of your breath and this is how, and doing prema bhakti and seva, this is how Ratan Janaka Hoyodara, this jewel-like janam will be fulfilled. Aneka Pavana Chutan Hare Simrat Sasta Ved Vichare, like the third Astpadi talked about, there's many attempts you can do, but they will not give you Shotakara, they will not give you salvation. Har ki bhagate karho manalai, mane banchata nanak phalapai. Guru Panjab Pashi stating that I practice a loving devotion of Guru Ram Das Sahib Maharaj Ji, and my heart's desires, I do it with my heart, and my heart's desires have been fulfilled as well in compilation of Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj Ji. Man banchata nanak phalapai har ki bhagate karho manalai. And you should also do the same. Do this bhakti. Gur prasade, top prasade, sant prasade.